Welcome and hello, undesirables. How y'all doing tonight? This is the Kalagenesis broadcasting in Kalaland, and another exciting edition of the Voice of the Kala Nation radio show with a title like that we come up with. You know things are gonna get hot. You know things are gonna be good. And so tonight we're gonna basically start this show off. Basically, I'm asking the question tonight: is Kalagenesis a culture critic or just a plain out asshole? I want people's opinion about the Kalagenesis tonight. So feel free to say whatever you want tonight. I'm not going to kick you out of the studio. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to do all sorts like that. I want to hear an honest God opinion about the Kalagenesis. What do you think about the Kalagenesis? Call this Truth or Dare Thursdays. I dare you to tell the truth. What do you think about the Kalagenesis? What do you think about this platform? What do you think about me? You think I'm fair? You think I'm biased? You think I'm mean? You think I'm nasty? You think I'm obnoxious? Do you think I'm racist? Do you think I'm a sizist? I've been called a sizist too because somehow there's a notion going around that Kalagenesis don't like big girls. I never said I didn't like big girls. I said it's not for me. It's not for me. I could. A big girl, I got a lot of big girls I know, and they're bug out to work out with. You go to the hit the buffet with them, you cook, they're good for laughs. Watch them old TV shows and everything like that, but romancing them and stuff like that, that's a little too far. That's another thing too, is like, do you have to basically be sexually or romantically attracted to somebody to have a relationship with them? Whatever happened to basically just having a friendship with somebody that you just basically say, oh, this person's cool. And you know something, I know a lot of guys out there who could be happy like that, right? But what it is you don't want to be seen with a big girl because you don't want people thinking that that's all you can get. Even though you're losing out on a good friendship or somebody that could be a good friend of yours and everything like that, you don't even want to be seen in public with them, or when you see it in public, you want to make sure everybody knows that this is not your girl. This is just a cut buddy, whatever like that. That's the only way a lot of guys get with women they're not attracted to. There's basically send out there's certain signals you send out where you let everybody know that's the thing. And I've seen really ugly situations happen before. I've seen guys I know that were good looking, whatever like that, and they were like unattractive women, and they're all having a good time and everything. And then there'll be that one cute girl sitting in a corner somewhere saying to herself, there's no way he could be with her. And she'll go over there, try to flirt with the guy or try to break their friendship. They may have a friendship and everything. And I've seen too many guys basically take their female friends and ditch them to get with that hot chick that's basically just all she wants to do is lure you away because she don't think you have the right to be with that with who you she has she thinks you that girl don't have a right to be with you. And so, like I said, these things right here, let me tell you something, folks. And when you're out there in the world and everything like that, I've seen some ugly shit. I've seen some mean stuff. And when I'm talking about mean stuff, I'm talking about just stuff I see in Black society. We got to start realizing something. There's a Black society, and there's a lot of pain in Black society. There's a lot of privilege in Black society. There's a lot of people who basically feel marginalized. Imagine feeling marginalized in a marginalized community. So there's a lot of backbiting in Black America. There's a lot of jealousies and petty beefs and everything that no one wants to talk about. So that's why it angers me when I see people online and when we start talking, engaging the political process, act like we all got our shit together, and somebody can say, "Oh, we need to do this." Like there's a we, And the bottom line is this: people underestimate like I said, a lot of the anger that a lot of Black people have, resentment towards their own community. If you're a person that you don't feel like the Black community values you, why would you freaking listen to anybody tell you how to vote? Do you guys understand that, what I'm just saying? There's a lot of people in our community who feel marginalized, people who don't feel they don't fit into the Black America's beauty standard. They don't feel like they fit into Black America's income uppity standard. Like when Donald Trump made the comment about Black jobs and everything. Most Black people, for the most part, are blue collar, have jobs and everything. A large number of segment of Black people have work in fast foods and service industry and stuff like that? Why should they be cheapened or belittled because some black people want to constantly float their status as a middle class successful Negro and everything like that? You're above talking about a black job and all this kind of stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. So what does that say to the guy who does work at the post office or the person who does work at the gas station? Are they being belittled right now when they're referred to as a black job and everything? Should they feel bad about themselves because they may not have a degree yet, or they may not have ever get a degree, or maybe they're just happy doing what they want to do for a living and everything? Should we put them down and everything? So if they're a baggage handler at the airport and got another job driving Uber, as long as they're making ends meet and stuff like that, why judge them? So we have a lot of rift and divisions in Black America, based on class and based on social status and all stuff like this. So this idea that Black America is some monolith that you're going to tell how to vote and what to think and everything is a farce. It's stupid. I'll be Kalagenesis Culture Critic. I'll be the asshole to tell you like it is, because the bottom line is there's a lot of people in Black America I simply right now I'm sick and tired of, And Chuko says Black America is a single. No shit, no kidding, Chuko. Thanks for telling me something I didn't know. Black America is a single thing with a unified interest and needs. No, we're not. So when people come like Elvis come up here and says, "What is Donald Trump going to do for you?" There's no us. There's no collective interest entity that you could say is Black America. We have all individual needs, wants, everything, backgrounds, everything like that. There's no unified Black community. We're not a monolith. So you can't approach us like a monolith, like this idiot. What's her name? Kamala Harris is talking about. She's going to reach out to Black men. We're going to give loans for disadvantaged people. We're going to basically decriminalize marijuana. All the stereotypes. Just bring out more stuff. Why don't you just say, while you're at it, Kamala, why don't we say, look, we're going to make rape and murder legal, because Black people are disproportionately committing felonies and everything like that. We're going to make home invasion a class 1 misdemeanor, because so many brothers out there, sometimes they feel the urge to knock off a 7-Eleven or run up in somebody's house and rob the people of their jury and everything like that. Since we have that problem right now, let's make home invasion. Let's drop it down to a misdemeanor. That should get the Black vote, because Black men out here, we're not out here working and everything like that. We're out here committing crimes and everything. Something. Let's basically make being high behind the wheels legal. You can smoke your weed while you're driving and everything like that. So what? You're Black. You can't wait 5 minutes till you get to your house and then smoke all you want and everything. No, you got to be smoking weed while you're driving a car, passing the blunt in the car and whatnot. Because you're Black and everything. And this is what Black people do. So what if sometimes you have to whip up on your baby mama and whatnot, and not pay child support, let's get rid of child support, because Black men, we don't want to burden them with no responsibilities and everything. They're angry about having to pay that child support coming out of their check and everything. So let's basically get rid of child support too. Let's do all these things and we can get the Black vote. We can get the Black vote. We can get Black men to friggin' vote for us, because we're going to get rid of all these things that afflict the so-called Black male in America. That's how we're going to get the Black vote. We're going to get rid of child support. We're going to get rid of get rid of cash bail. We're going to basically make it easy for Black men, who gets caught robbing 7-Eleven at gunpoint and whatnot. That something, we're not going to have gun charges anymore. No. If you get caught with crack cocaine or whatever like that, selling drugs on a school ground, something. Why should the school ground be any different than any place else that they sell crack at? So let's get rid of that rule that if you sell crack near school or to a kid and whatnot, that's the thing. Because Black men got to make their money and everything. We want the Black vote. See, this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people who believe and the most racist stereotypes about us or whatnot, but they think they have our interests at heart. Do you understand where Kalagenesis is coming from? Do you understand why they call me the Kalagenesis, the culture critic? And I'm the chief host of the Voice of the Colonization radio show. I'm a geopolitical pundit, your favorite YouTube asshole and everything like that. And I just tell it like it is. The reason why I tell it like it is because I don't know any other way to tell it, I don't know where to tell it, So tonight we're gonna get into that. I want to hear the critics of the Kalagenesis. Am I a friggin' asshole? Am I telling it like it is? Do I hurt your feelings? If I ever said anything to hurt your feelings, I want to hear about it tonight. I may apologize. I may clarify what I meant and everything like that. So I know that I say things and stuff like that. So I don't mean nothing by it and everything like that. I call, I ain't want to go get into it, but people don't take me all that seriously when you start taking me seriously on every little goddamn thing and whatnot. I got a sense of humor. I joke around. I'm a comedian. I'm a freaking clown. Take me seriously on everything like that. I will joke and I will clown people. You come at me the wrong way, I will basically I'll boot you upside the head. No, man, how dare you try to rise up against me, Negro and whatnot. So, like I said, I have a PhD in Negroology. I believe in FTA. I'm not an FBA. I'm an FTA. That means foot to ass. I believe in putting my foot up niggas' asses. Because why? Because I loved you. If you don't love somebody, you won't put your foot up their ass. I put my foot up niggas' ass because I love them. I want to see you do better. I want to see you get better things in life when you know what I'm sick and tired of, right? I just came to the conclusion. The when I see grown ass black men going this hard for reparations, I know these for the most part these are black men who grew up receiving welfare, work with single mother houses, and prove me if I'm wrong. Grew up in single mother houses, received welfare, Section 8 and everything. And the bottom line, they never knew what it was like to see a man go out there and provide for a household. They believe the government is supposed to provide for everything, or the government has provided for everything. So the government has these unlimited resources to provide for you and everything like that. You don't have to provide for yourself. So that's why these people think that there's all this money laying around that they're going to somehow give you a large sum of money and everything like that, So hey, you got Elvis in the chat room right now, Yeah, Elvis in the chat room right now. What the hell, man, is going on? So the bottom line is this. I looked at Elvis listening to Dynasty Show today. I was listening to Dynasty Show, and Elvis just gave a whole litany of all the things that this Tim Walz moron gives him and thing, paid free leaves and all the stuff like that, and all the stuff like this, And so all these people that grow up thinking that the government's supposed to provide for them and everything like that, these are your welfare people, these welfare black people, Elvis like, oh yeah, we get paid leaves and we get this sick days and all stuff like that. Home loans, home loans for first time. Everything the government gives and the government takes away. If you believe the government is supposed to be providing for you and everything like that, you got something wrong. And the grand thing is they think these people that rely on the government every 2 seconds, the black people who want reparations are the ones that grew up on government cheese and government milk. Okay. Business Time says the government, something, Business Time, what you need is a husband. That's what you need. You need a man. You need a man to take care of you and your family. Why is the government, the taxpayer, taking care of you and your family? So I don't understand why people like this. Black people ain't doing anything for immigrants. What the fuck is black people supposed to do for immigrants? That's what I like to know. Chukwo says, if I said exact same thing, I ban. No. Bottom line, Chukwo, I know how to handle this. What your problem is, you make it seem like 45 million black people in America are like this. This is only a small segment of a thing, okay, you said you got a husband now, but you just said in a minute ago, the government takes care of me and my family. We are here for them too. What is it? You have a husband or you have a government? How does the government takes care of you and your family? The government provides basic things of the general welfare of the society. It's not up to government to put food on your table and stuff like that. It's up to you to do that, you know? So the bottom line is this: when you think the government is supposed to provide, only thing the government is supposed to provide is things like uh, your trash, your sanitation, your transportation, your basic healthcare infrastructure, your education, your basic education, stuff like that. These are services that are essential to a society thing. That's what the government provides for you. The government makes sure you have court systems, police, and safety. You know, that's what the government thing like this. You know. Let's say he goes, European, why not the immigrant? Look, first of all, most of the people who receive welfare are mostly immigrants. That's the truth, and white Americans. Black people, Black Americans are the least likely thing. Black males are almost exempt from welfare. It's usually single Black mothers in America, for whatever reason, immigrants, and poor whites and whatnot. You know, Black African American males are the least likely to be on any sort of government. So that's any sort that we're the least likely to be on any government system. So I don't know what you're talking about. You know. So I don't know about immigrants. Immigrants, the whole thing is about immigrants is this: they're not Americans. They're not entitled. America, we set up a welfare system, a system safety net, because this is our society. We want to take care of those less fortunate. The immigrants and people are not citizens of this country, so we have no responsibility for them. They're not entitled to anything that this government has to offer. You know, we give money to their countries, and their countries mismanage that money and everything, so they got to come over here. You know, so I'm sick of hearing about this immigrant babble. I'm just at the point now. I think most people are at the point where people are getting tired of immigrants, tired of their argument, tired of everything about them. You know, I'm not being xenophobic, like that, but it's a time where people just had enough. You know, call me an asshole, call me whatever like you want, but I'm just telling like it is. People just had enough. We're tired of being lectured by immigrants and everything like that when they come over here about this. If every single Black America got welfare, quit my job, everybody got welfare, nobody could say a damn thing, because we were brought over here by our ancestors who helped build this country. So it ain't what the government owe us, Said my husband got his disability and said, I got $800 monthly for my kids and food assistance. Yeah, so what's the problem? Yeah, look, if that's what you're entitled to, that's fine. I have no problem with that. You got something entitled to, your problem with that. But if you have disability by law, the government's supposed to give you that disability. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with welfare. If you qualify for welfare, I have no problem with welfare. So you say we immigrant. Oh, you're an immigrant. Okay, I see. We are thankful America, unlike Black America. Look, this is the problem right here. You guys, immigrants, yeah, of course. If I came from a third world country, when you're friggin' sitting and doodling in the street and everything, you have no running water, no sanitation. Of course, if I got off that plane, I'd be kissing the ground of America. But the bottom line is this: we know in America, we give more in America than we ever going to get back from this government. So we don't friggin' have to friggin' be thankful for anything in this country, because America gets $1.6 trillion from us a year, and we get very little of that money back. So please don't tell us about we need to be thankful. I'm gonna leave this comment up. This is exactly what I'm talking about. What does Baruti got to say? I gotta go back to that comment. Why does the title of the program contain or say and? Oh, okay. You trying to say, ooh, Baruti, you took a dig, man. You went for the jugular, man. You said I am a culture and an asshole. God damn, Baruti. Man, he's starting it already, man. Jeez, man. Can I get warmed up at least? Don't warm up. Don't give me a layup pitch or whatever like that. You just start right in, man. You're calling me a culture critic and an asshole. God damn, Rudy. Woo. That was tough, man. Jeez, But this is what I'm talking about. This comment right here. We are thankful to the American government. So that's what the American government does. They go to the most backward, depressed countries in the world and get people that they know are going to be grateful to their bullshit. The government of America basically takes more than anything else. Asylum. You got asylum in America? How the hell did that happen? Even my asylum refugees from America are more thankful to America than Black. Who the heck cares what your asylum people have? You guys are pathetic. What you need to be saying is, Why is it that I got to come to America for asylum anyway? How can I basically prevention, like I said, in healthcare, we talk about preventative care. How do you prevent yourself from ever being in a situation where your backward countries can't take care of yourself? Don't you think if you have a country, a flag, why can't that country provide for you? Why you got to come over here? Why are you seeking asylum over here? I don't understand that, man. Why? And then they come over here like they want to lecture us about how we should live and everything. Oh, you Americans, man, you guys celebrate Christmas. You guys have stupid holidays. They don't like our holidays. They don't like our traditions over here. They don't like the foods we eat. Yeah, our fufu is better than your freaking pizza, man. Get rid of the pizza, man. Like, really, we want you to have fufu and whatnot. Sorry, I'm not eating no goddamn fufu. I had enough. So we're gonna basically rock tonight, man. You can tell this is gonna be an explosive show tonight. I'm already thing like this. My country's allies. If you got asylum, right, in this country, that means your country's poor. Let me ask your country business time. Did your country receive any aid from the United States? Answer me that question. Did your country receive any foreign aid? Can you tell me what country you're in? I'll look it up. Business time, I guarantee you won't tell us what country they're from. They never tell you what country they come from. Only Ant Man was stupid enough to tell us he was from Nigeria. My country's allies with the United States. The United States has no fucking third world allies. What are you, crazy? Okay, you didn't answer my question. I asked you, what country are you from? Business time is Chantel. Liberia. Oh, Lord. I go to Liberia. My wife is Liberian, Please don't bring up Liberia. America freaking hates Liberia. That's what's going on in Liberia right now. People are coming. Hey, what's up, Jughead? Jughead. People in Liberia now figuring out that America is a friggin' has been holding Liberia back all this time. People in Liberia are waking up to this friggin' American bullshit, and they, ooh, Elvis says his business time is Chantel, woo, woo. Well, Chantel's not married, she's 45-year-old and she is a single grandmother, something like that, she's not married, but I'm Kalagenesis Culture Critic, What's going on, man? Jughead. I hope Jughead, when I put the thing in, Jughead can call in. That's my guy right there. That's my BAIO soldier from the UK. He's a Nigerian from the UK. He tells a Nigerian that tells it like it is, So he's not like Mike Olawale gonna gloss over Nigeria. Jughead realized Nigeria's a shithole, and like that, maybe he could tell Elvis that tonight. Bottom line is he'll tell you that no group of black people have done much as Black America. It's not even a comparison. I'm from the Crew tribe. Oh Lord, the Crew people. Lord have mercy. Yeah, now I feel sorry for you. You're a Crew. Oh my God. America is a business first and foremost. Foremost. You speak to Africans like we're field Negroes and you're entitled to house. Look, the bottom line is, Chuko, I'm not trying to feel like Africans are field Negroes, but the bottom line, when people say stupid stuff like we're allies to America, when America doesn't give a flying flip about Liberia. It doesn't. It doesn't give a shit about Nigeria. It doesn't give a shit about Ghana. None of these countries, all these people, we're Americans and whatnot. Tell me why I have a hard time getting my wife over here and whatnot. Liberia has the second highest number of rejections for visas after North Korea to the United States. Liberia is number 2. North Korea is number 1. Liberia is number 2. And this is a so-called ally of the United States that got his head so far up America's ass it can't even see straight. So Chantel is business time. Business time. I think you should call in and clarify who you are. I don't want to have to kick you from the chat room, but I can't stand trolling. If you're Chantel, you got to call in and see, and we got to tell us who you are. So it's just a joke, man. People, man, I tell you right now, man. It's a joke, man. I don't know what to do about the Pan African movement anymore. Hopefully, Jughead tonight will just enlighten me, pick my spirits up because I'm just really depressed right now, as far as like the Black world, the Pan African world, stuff like that. I don't see nothing happening. I don't see no progress. I see no hope. You know, I see nothing happening. Whatnot. But let me tell you something, right? And there's a topic I want to talk about. Okay, we had Big Meech, drug dealer, whatever the fuck he was, just got out of jail, right? And oh, my husband don't like me talking to other men. Stop it, stop it. My husband don't like me talking. How's you're on a show? I'm not talking. You're not talking to me personally. You're talking to on a public platform. My husband don't like me talking to other men. What a fucking clown! Your husband's a clown. I let my wife talk to other men. I don't give a shit. I know who she's with. I'm not insecure. I'm not an insecurity guy. But anyway, Mig Meech gets out of jail, right? They let him out on the 29th anniversary of the Million Man March, the probably most significant event in Black history in the world, the Million Man March. Now, the day of the Million Man March, nobody was out there celebrating 29 years because there's really nothing to celebrate. I'm going to talk about that too. Barack Obama is coming at Black men and whatnot, the blatant disrespect that people like that Sunny chick on The View and Barack Obama have for Black men showed you that the power we once exerted in the Million Man March is all but gone. People have dismantled Black male power in America and diluted it with freaking race traders and fucking soft people like your Roland Martins, your Jonathan K. Part and whatnot. We used to have real strong Black men back in the 90s and everything like that. And now, man, look what we have right now representing Ta-Nehisi Coates. Get the hell out of here, Jonathan Capehart, all these Mark Lamont Hill. Where the hell's all these freaking men come from, These weak ass men come from. These effeminate Black men come from, So I'm just like, and then basically 29 years later, Black men are saying, something, we're tired of the Democrat Party. We want to give Donald Trump a chance. Why not? Instead of people saying, something, let's find out why exactly Black men are attracted to Trump. Maybe we could come up with better. Here comes Barack Obama, not even one of us. He's not African American, right? He's Kenyan and friggin' white, right? He grew up in Hawaii, raised by a white grandparents. He has nothing to do with Black America. The only thing Black about him is the fact that he married Michelle. That's the only thing that got him over with Black America, is he married Michelle Obama. That's it. Other than that, Barack Obama is not one of us. And you Africans like, yeah, well, at least an African. Look, y'all can have Barack Obama. Please, Zongo, take him. He's yours. He's not one of us. I don't give a damn about no friggin' African was in a first president. I don't give a damn about that shit, So the bottom line is this, y'all can have Barack Obama. The guy is a disgrace. They're talking about the brothers, y'all brothers. We were not brothers when 8 years he was in office. He ignored us, right? His whole thing was, I'm a president to all people. I'm not going to do nothing for Black people. I'm not going to, he won't even identify with us, And then basically now he's going to come here after after the fact, right? Telling us to vote for another mulatto chick, who's not Black, and tell us that we have a problem with women. We don't have a problem with friggin' women. We have a problem with this friggin' chick, Yes, I'm Kalagenesis, the culture critic, or asshole, or both, I mean, Baruti says I'm both, I'm like, damn, man, Baruti. It starts with me all day, But so it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where the African look, I can't wait till Jughead comes on and talk about this. Africa, the reason why that has not happened, that's why Africa has not built new smart cities and stuff like that to basically say, make it plausible for Black people from the first world to come home and build and everything like that, which could be a win-win for everybody. The African brain doesn't function like that, All they're doing is holding on to protecting Europeans' assets and on the continent. That's all it is. What you see in Africa doesn't belong to Africans. It belongs to Europeans. All they're doing is letting Africans manage their shit that they got over there, the mines, everything like that, the interest, whatever like that. Africans, all they doing is giving Africans the management. You know, Obama gave us housing, phones. You know, this person, I don't know if this person right here, business time, is trolling. You know, I don't know whether I should get rid of this person or freaking what, because I don't want no trolls tonight. You know, Obama housing, phone, extra food stamps, Section 8 and more. You know, first of all, Zongo, my wife is not one of your women. You know, she's not one of your women. You know, she's not African like you are. You know, she is friggin' American Liberian, or she's friggin' she's African American descent. She's not friggin' an African like you. Trust me. Yeah, Jughead says Kamala. Jughead be coming up with a bunch of them, man. Jughead, you gotta run it down, Jughead. He had one for Candace Owens. He had one for Jason Shitlock. Yo, man, Jughead's in the UK, but he knows more about what's going on in America than anybody else, man. I swear to God, man. I can't wait to Jughead bless us with coming on tonight, man. You know, Jughead, like this business time person is a fucking troll, you know. You know, but yeah, so tonight, man, we're gonna have a good show tonight. You know, this guy, back to this guy, Big Meech. On the 29th anniversary to the day of the Million Man March, everybody's celebrating this guy coming out of jail. Nah, he wasn't no philosopher. He wasn't no philanthropist or anything like that. He was a hardcore criminal, murdering drug dealer, you know? And the bottom line is, what this tells me is that black people, black men in particular, in America are not not ready for liberation. You know, let me tell you something. Let me break down history to you. All you people don't like history and everything, because I read real history, not your goofball shit you learn on 125th Street history. Real history. When the French Revolution kicked off, you know the first thing they did? They rounded up all the traitors. You know, what is called Robespierre called the Reign of Terror. They round up all the traitors and sent them to the guillotine. You know, even people who are mere suspicious of being against the revolution. That's how powerful the French Revolution was. To this day, a lot of French policy is rooted in those bloody years of the Reign of Terror, which basically the average people, the proletariat, took over the society and whatnot, and basically executed Marie Antoinette and all these other people they said were traitors and everything like that, and everything. And people who basically whispered we should stop this reign of terror were executed. And they also, what they do is they round up all the criminals, all the people they know eventually are going to sell out. Because let me tell you something. When you're a drug dealer or criminal and everything like that, and this was proven back in the 1960s, right? You know, back in the 1960s, the Black Panther Party was infiltrated by who? Who sold out the Black Panther Party? Let me just look at this, right? They said, oh, the COINTELPRO. Who was COINTELPRO? You know, it was black criminals. You know, who set up Fred Hampton? It was black criminals. They would send criminals facing heavy time when you're facing 30 years in jail for heroin. Hey, but I got a bargain for you. I want you to go inside and infiltrate the Black Panther Party or Black Liberation Army, whatever like that, and tell me what's going on. Just report back to me everything you know. That's how they infiltrated all these black organizations. Then they send people in their organizations to stir up stuff. So we're going to go bomb this building right here and whatnot. Then so the police get that on recording and they have an excuse to move in and arrest everybody. The use of black criminals to basically destabilize and destroy Black America is well known. So if you're basically going to have a revolution, the first people you got to go round up and get rid of is the black criminals and the black criminal culture, because that's where that's the loose end. That's right there and everything. So it's the fact that we don't do that, the fact that we pedestalize the very worst among us, when I showed you that it'll be another 1,000 years for the black people in America having the liberation. That's what I don't want to hear nothing about. No, tonight I don't want to hear nothing about no Ocala, man. You got to understand. Big Meech. Look, I don't know nothing about this guy. I wish him a lot of luck with that. But my thing is, why are we celebrating somebody who basically, one guy was on this one show today, he said, the younger generation is saying, look, I want to start hearing from brothers in their 50s, right? Who knew how to make it and did not have no rep circle. That's that story's so fucking old. You getting locked up for drugs and coming out and whatnot, a hero. That story's so old. But yet you got people out there still pushing this stuff out here knowing knowing that what it's going to do. 50 Cent wants to give him a movie deal. We don't have a friggin' we don't have any movie deal for Marcus Garvey. There should have been like 7 movies made about Malcolm X. We never have a movie deal about Elijah Muhammad, everything like that. But we're gonna have a movie coming out about Big Meech. This is what this is the destruction of Black culture. This is why I'm the culture critic. I came on and saying to criticize this culture. I know the fact of the matter, we can't do nothing until you get this culture right, or at least have a voice out there that condemns this stuff. Whether people listen to me or not, that's fine. But I'm out here. I am not going to stop. So the bottom line is, I'm out here, and when my words out here, my words live forever. But that being said, man, I want to hear from my brother Jughead. Jughead, please call in. Don't tell me about your internet connection, man. I want to hear from you tonight, man. I miss you. It's been a while, man. Jughead was supposed to go on a trip with us to Liberia. Matter of fact, that freaking yeah, Jughead. We did that trip to Liberia, man. With me, Bamani and I, man. It was a rounding success. We pulled it off, man. It took like 20 people. We pulled it off, and it was a great set. Everybody had a good time, Jughead, man. You would have had a ball if you would have came, man. It was a great time, man. We had a ball, man. It was some trip, man. It was some trip, a revolutionary trip. About Tethers, criticize thug culture. See, the thing is, about Tethers, as you say, the bottom line is they coming at Black America. I know how to criticize my people and put it in perspective. You're coming at us like you're going to lecture me. You're almost lecturing me about thug culture and whatnot, like all Black people. I'm talking about a certain segment of Black America. I'm basically not saying Black America. It's a certain segment that basically, because the reason why is because we don't have control over the media and the culture context of our reality. We've never had. So we're vulnerable to people. Basically, it was that same thing with the minstrel era. People out there making fools out of themselves, like step and fetching and stuff like that. We had no power over that, but people went out there because they're paid by enemies of us who want to keep this image of us alive. You guys, you don't understand that. You think this is what Black America is all about. Let me get Elvis on. Let's see what this Elvis, my goofball friend, has to say. All right, Elvis, what's on your mind?
What's up, Connor?
What's going on?
Good. Why you gotta run back to name calling?
Who did I name call?
You just called me a goofball. Why you going?
Oh no,
Why?
man, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding, Elvis. But you do say
Okay.
some goofy stuff, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, maybe. And to Chantel in the comment section, I refer to myself as a crew, but that's a larger group. It's a language group, really. But I'm from the Crown people, which is part of that language group. There's a crew people also who are part of the language group, who are the sailors. They partook in the slave trade, but those are my tribal cousins, not my direct kinsmen. So I think you misunderstand me when I say I'm crew, but it's a larger language group that consists of about 10 to 13 tribes or ethnic groups spanning from Liberia to Ivory Coast. So I think Chantel is trying to accuse me of being a slave trader because the crews were on the slave trade ship. But those are not my direct people, they're my tribal cousins. But look, we're having a conversation today on Dynasty's platform, right? And there are people who are talking about how they think they're playing 3D or 4D chess by voting for the Republicans because that's going to give a kick up the backside of the Democrats, and now the Democrats are going to do their bidding and value them more.
No, well,
And I
hold on.
thought,
Let me
one
ask you a
second, let
question.
me finish this. Let me finish this train of thought. And I thought about it, and I said, well, like somebody else has said on the show, I couldn't really stay on the show, long tonight because I was busy. But the reality, like most people realize, when you keep saying, "What are they doing for us? What are they doing for us?" Anything meaningful that is not an executive order that's going to only be good for 1 year, anything that has to do with money, the Congress has the power of the purse. Any disbursement to any group of people, especially black people,
Elvis,
have to
this is
go
hold on.
through the House and
This
the
is where
Senate and then through
hold
the
on,
president.
Elvis. Let me say this, right? With all due respect, this is where you're making a mistake. Where information man make a mistake. The majority of black men in America are not asking for anything from this government, but just leave us the fuck alone. That's one. Black people, we never asked to be brought here to this country. And also, we never asked to be Democrats. We never asked to be Republicans. We never asked for any of this shit. It was something imposed upon us, and we just deal with it. The bottom line is, Black America has survived in this country for 400 years, right? And there's nothing significant this government ever did for us. We know that. There's not going to be any reparations coming. There's not. The only time that I think America ever put any money was when Richard Nixon supported the Soul City Project, North Carolina. That was it. And maybe the housing laws that were passed in the late 60s. That's about it. Other than that, man, Black America's been on their own. We know that. Black people basically, let me tell you something, Elvis, right? Vote their values, right? In the 1980s, right? Black America was angry about apartheid South Africa. So the Democrats captured the black vote by basically saying, if you vote for us or not, we're going to put sanctions on South Africa. And that was exactly what happened. We overrode President Reagan's veto.
Carla, you had your 30, 40 minutes. Let me just get my 2 minutes,
Hold
and
on,
then
no,
I'll pass the mic.
let me finish what I'm saying. So when you keep saying that Donald Trump's not going to do nothing, or the Democrats, we're not looking for that. Black people in America are looking at things like that border. We're looking at inflation. We're looking at the fact that we look at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and they look like a train wreck, and black people feel insulted by
Okay,
somebody
Carla,
calling us.
you got to give me a chance to speak too. I
Right.
mean, this
So
is your show.
stop saying that it's in
No,
equal
you
context.
can't filter my
We're not.
speech. Let me speak, and then you can
Go
counter
ahead.
after I'm done. Right. So that's the point that we was making, and I made the point on the show today about my governor, Tim Walz, who is an excellent governor and has done a lot of great things for everybody in the state. Has protected the rights of every citizen, black, white, straight, gay, every citizen of this state.
Now, why'd you guys burn down
Hold
Minneapolis?
on, hold on. Let me speak, Connor. We've benefited from two surpluses in our budget by direct cash infusions into the pocket of all Minnesotans, making under a certain amount of money. Our kids who are going to school who are from not poor enough families where you get free lunch, but not wealthy enough where your parents can always afford to give you lunch money. They get free school lunch, statewide, the first state to do it. We get 12 weeks of paid time off for new parents, not just the mothers, but the fathers, which is going to help to strengthen the families because the fathers can go and be home with his wife or his girlfriend with their newborn for 3 months to bond with that newborn, which is going to build stronger families. That was given to us and came into effect this year, and people are using it as a beautiful thing. You have 6 weeks of paid sick time off. The employer can't fire you if you're sick, for 6 weeks. You have things in the state that is great for all people. First time home buyers in Minneapolis, you get a down payment. Some of the things that you see Kamala regurgitating is from Tim Walz. Those are the things that he did in our state that works. So this idea about giving people money to pay down for down payments, those are things that Tim Walz did in Minnesota that we're benefiting from. So when we say what is your government doing for you, these are things that he actually did for us that we benefit from.
That don't mean that the government
translating it to the
that don't
national
mean that
stage is
hold
going
that
to
don't
be
mean that
difficult. We
you're gonna get
understand.
that don't mean that's no guarantee you're gonna get the vote. Let me give you an example. Barack Obama passed that stimulus, right? $800 billion went to white businesses and everything like that, right? And they benefited. I remember that, construction, everything. And guess what? Those same white people were saying, call him a tax and spender liberal and all stuff like this. They sucked up all that money and whatnot. They didn't give it. So the banks and businesses got all that money and whatnot. And they still try to get him out of office. So it don't mean
But
anything.
what I'm telling you, Kyle, I'm benefiting from it right now, right? And that's on the state level. Your state government has more impact on your life immediately, more so than the federal government. And that's why it's going to be hard to translate it because you have to have the House and the Senate pass it into law. And then you have to have Republican support because it has to be a supermajority. It can't just
What are you
be
talking
50
about?
plus
You talking
one.
about reparations?
Not just reparations, but all of the plans that Kamala wants to implement,
So
in
the
terms of.
bottom line is this. Her coming to black men and talk about what she's going to do, knowing that she don't have the votes, whatever like that. And then what gets me is this: she acts like black men are not talking about things. Like, look at TikTok. Black people are not sitting there talking about what they're going to get a handout, whatever. They're talking about things like inflation. They're talking about things like the border. They're talking about things like crime. They're talking about
And
things.
and on the inflation, Kakala, the inflation was caused by Trump. His
Oh, okay, yeah,
hold on,
okay,
hold on,
yeah,
hold on.
okay,
Just give
yeah.
me 30
Oh,
seconds.
yeah, okay,
His
yeah,
miss
okay, okay,
his
Elvis. Yeah,
mishandling of COVID.
alternate universe,
Hold
right?
on, hold on, Kyla. His mishandling of COVID, the tax
No,
cuts. I
no,
think.
no, no, no.
Hold on. Let me finish, bro.
Joe
The
Biden
$2
shut the
trillion
country down.
in tax cuts
Look,
that he gave
Joe
the
Biden.
wealthy,
Hold up, your
the
governor.
stimulus check that he gave out
Hold
during
up,
COVID. All of those things help with inflation.
Stop it. Your governor Tim Walz mishandled $200 million worth of COVID relief money that the
That's not
Somali.
true. We have over $1 billion in budget surplus in our state.
Okay.
You
I
don't
don't
know
know what
about
the
Minnesota, Kyla.
surplus, but
We have
Tim
$1 billion
Walz.
in budget
Okay,
surplus, and that money came back to
hold on.
us.
I'm gonna play a video. I know you don't like playing a video, but sorry, you're gonna listen to it.
Yeah, and
Tim Walz.
also the border situation, it's been in effect since 2006 under George W. Bush. That's
Whatever,
the same
Elvis.
border policy we're still under right
Okay,
now.
yeah,
So you
okay,
guys don't even
Elvis.
understand. You just
You
want to
guys,
blame the Democrats.
you're gonna come on my show and lie like that.
What do you mean
Come
lie?
on,
What did I lie about?
you lied. This about the border, but the border was secure when Trump was in office.
Because it was COVID, so you had to do an emergent
No. The
executive
border was
order to
secure.
stop people from
We had
coming in
we
because
had
it
an
was an
invaded
emergency.
Mexico
After
posse.
COVID subsided,
Hold
the border was open again.
uh, uh, Joe Biden told the illegals, come
Our
here to
current border
America.
policy is from 2006. Go research it. That was signed under George W. Bush, called Catch and Release. That was a Republican president who signed that border bill, and that's
We
what
didn't
we're
have this
still
many
living under.
people.
And in order to change it,
Check this out.
both houses
In the
got to
last
agree in
3
order to
years,
change it, Carla.
3 years, we had something like 20 million people come across that border.
That's the policy that was under George Bush. That's what we're still living underneath. And Kamala or Joe Biden can't just
George W. Bush
arbitrarily change
was
it. It has
president
to go
20
through
years
the
ago.
House and the
What are you
Senate.
talking about?
They can't just arbitrarily change it. That's not how it works. When it comes to immigration, you have to go through the legislative process. You can't just change it with a stroke of a pen. That's the point.
Okay, all right. Here we go. I'm gonna play your video. We're gonna watch this video, and you tell me. This is about ABC News too.
I'm telling you, we had a budget surplus. I benefited from that budget
Yeah, I
surplus.
know.
Many
I don't
people in the
really
state benefited.
surplus,
So even if
but
you think he
bottom line,
misappropriated a certain amount of money, we got a budget surplus. How many states have you been in that has a budget
all I
surplus?
know is, that's
I'm
fine for
telling
you.
you, go look at the
That's fine
states
for them. But
ranking,
hold
the
on,
national
Virginia got a
states
budget
ranking. We rank
surplus.
one of the best states.
Oh, Virginia got,
Medical,
but we're not sitting down
we got a
now.
great healthcare system in Minnesota. The Mayo Clinic, we have a lot of great medical infrastructure in our state. It's one of the best states to live in the nation,
That's fine
and
and
it's been
dandy.
ran by
Fine and dandy.
Democrats the last 8 years successively.
Well, that's fine and dandy. But the bottom line is, I really don't care about
Of course you
this
don't,
and
because
everything.
you want to steal the narrative.
Hold up. Let's see. Let me get this. Hold up. Hold up. Okay.
Do you have a Republican governor or Democratic governor? Is your governor Glenn Youngkin, or is that a different governor from West Virginia? Who's your governor, Carl?
We have a Republican government, you know?
It happened nearly 2 years.
What is his name? Is it
You
Glenn
could be
Youngkin?
sitting on a 10K plus gold mine right now without even
Glenn
knowing
Youngkin.
it. If you're ready to discover how much you're entitled to, click the link around this video and complete a short 30-second quiz. That's it.
Hello.
Does it sound too good to be true? Consider this. Free Casey Valves has helped over 25,000 accident victims like you recover more than $15 billion collectively. Many of these victims were paid in as little as 30 days. Once you fill out the quiz, a local top-tier attorney will contact you within 24 hours for a free over-the-phone consultation. Just tell them about your case and let your new lawyer champion your rights. Remember, you don't pay a single dollar until you win your case, and it's only a small portion compared to the total amount deposited into your bank account. Simply click the link around this.
But first, Vice President Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, are hitting the campaign trail in battleground states today. In his debut appearance as the VP pick, Walz introduced himself to the nation and went after former President Trump and running mate J.D. Vance.
Like all regular people I grew up with in the heartland, J.D. studied at Yale, had his career funded by Silicon Valley billionaires, and then wrote a bestseller for trashing that community. Come on! That's not what middle America is. And I got to tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy.
He got killed in that
Now
debate.
Vance is hitting back. He spoke in Michigan just a little while ago, claiming Walz abandoned his unit when he served in the National Guard.
You guys are freaking
When
morons.
Tim Walz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the army and allowed his unit to go without him. I think it's shameful to prepare your unit to go to Iraq, to make a promise that you're going to follow through, and then to drop out right before you actually have to go.
ABC's Alex Prechet joins me now from the White House, along with ABC News contributing political correspondent Rachel Bade and Matt Smith from our Milwaukee affiliate for more. Rachel, J.D. Vance didn't seem to pull any punches today, talking about immigration, the economy, progressive politics, and even, as you saw, Walz's military record.
Yeah, that's right, Diane. It kind of feels like what is old is new again, specifically on that last attack regarding Walz's military record. Back in 2004, one of the top Trump advisors, Chris LaCivita, he actually was the chief architect of a similar campaign to try to question John Kerry's military service. And this was when he was obviously running for president. It did end up hurting him. And so Chris LaCivita has been out on Twitter making these same sort of attacks against Walz, what you just heard Vance talk about right now. Now, I do think that there's going to be questions about this. Obviously, Democrats are going to push back hard, given that Walz served in the National Guard for 24 years. And I think, that's going to be potentially a contentious issue when it comes to whether voters actually buy that, he was sort of dodging serving the country overseas. But I do think what you saw Vance do today was try to refocus a message right now. I mean, Republicans have been trying to get Donald Trump to focus on policy. And Vance, in this stop today in Michigan, he did talk about policy. He talked about immigration. That is one big thing that Republicans want to continue to push on. They note that Walz, in his state, he actually advanced bills that gave free college, driver's licenses, and subsidized health care to undocumented immigrants. And so, look, I think Vance was trying to advance this policy-focused message. I just am not sure about whether this attack on Walz's military record is gonna work the way they want it to.
Now, Alex, critics are also blasting Tim Walz for saying they are saying that he failed to prevent a massive COVID-19 fraud scheme that ensnared the state of Minnesota, the Minnesota government. What's the latest on that?
Well, Diane, what's interesting, this is one of the largest COVID-era fraud cases that we know of thus far. Federal charges filed against some 70 individuals, basically saying that they took advantage of two different COVID-era relief programs to the tune of about $250 million. Now, it's important to note that Governor Walz has not been charged, or that even there haven't even been accusations that he was somehow involved in this. But the criticism is that he appointed the folks that were overseeing the handing out of these funds. And I could say that an audit done of the doling out, the disbursement of these funds, he did say that they could do better, and that any responsibility in that falls at his feet. But again, this is something that he has not been wrapped up in. He's not charged or faces any charges stemming from this case.
And Matt, Harris and Walz are set to hold their next rally in Wisconsin. What are you hearing from people there about this VP pick and about this stop on the campaign trail?
Yeah, so listen, this is where Vice President Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will be in just a couple of hours. We're in Eau Claire, just outside of Eau Claire, essentially in a large field. You can see behind me, this is going to be an outdoor event today, different than we saw in Philly yesterday. They'll then head on to Detroit later tonight. The crowd just starting to be allowed inside here today. Remarks expected around 1 o'clock Central Time. A massive line of vehicles and people looking to get in here today. And listen, in the past 48 hours here in Wisconsin, we're in Eau Claire, about 60 miles away from the Minnesota border. Minnesota Governor.
Enough of that. Okay, Jughead, go ahead, man. Jughead, bro. I want to hear from Jughead.
Hey, morning, guys, from the UK.
Hello,
Jonathan, and the other guy. I do apologize. I forgot your name. The other guy that's speaking. I do apologize.
Oh, Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis, yeah. Brandon, man. No, Kala, I'm so sorry for this April in Liberia. I missed that. I had to go to the Nigeria so I found a matter. But I promise you, next year, when are you going to get to Liberia? Next year?
Yeah, we're gonna go again in 2026.
Oh, 2 years time.
Yeah, it's plenty of time for everybody to save that $4,500 up. You know, plenty of time. You want to go? You want to? Let me tell you something, man. You want to party with Colin Bomani? You want to have a ball? You come to Africa with Colin Bomani. You want to have a good time and everything like that, man. We had a fucking blast, man. We had a freaking blast. Bomani, the only thing about Bomani, man, he still drinks Hennessy, man. Come on, fuck. I said, man, come the fuck on. I gotta get Hennessy. He brought me back to my thug days, man. I said, yo, I'll do Crown Royal, man. This motherfucker come up to my crib with the fucking, he come up to my fucking room with fucking Hennessy, man. I was like, man, this shit, man. I had to drink it with him, man. I was like, we killed a bottle, man. I was like, God, that shit was killing me, man. God,
only one.
Yo, man, Bomani killed us. I just had a couple shots. It took me all night to drink that fucking. Like, he gave me a fucking long shot, right? It took me a long time to drink that shit. It was so nasty, man. God damn, I can't drink that shit, you know? I graduated from that shit, right?
Yeah.
But Monty was down in that shit like, yo.
I promise you, in 2 years' time, man, I'll be there. I promise you. You got no excuses. You got 2 witnesses. In 2 years' time, I'll be there, man. We'll be there. I promise you, man. Yeah.
All right, yeah, no problem, man. We'll keep you posted, you know, on the details as the time. Personally, I'm gonna start really pressing in January. I'm gonna start really pressing for everybody for this trip to start getting your deposit money together and stuff like that. You know, because we count down to like March of 2026. You know, got a whole year. You know, year and a half. You know,
no excuses.
2 years. You know, to plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Carla, I made some comments about AA up in the chat. Have you read them?
Yeah, I read some of these chats and whatnot. You know, it's interesting.
No, the ones I made.
The ones you made were on point. You know,
right? I made several. Basically, to the title of your broadcast, are you a what's the title again? Let me see. Is it
a culture critic or asshole? You know.
You know, you said. I mean, what's that about, man? I mean, obviously, it's the former, not the latter. You're a critic, and you're quite tame. Look, I'm harsh. To me, you're easy. I'm very harsh on black people. Let's get to Africa. I'm very harsh. You know me, Color, man.
Oh, yeah, and I'm very harsh, too. But everybody, the problem is, when I get harsh on people, you got these people, you know what, Jughead? You got these people here from Africa, right? They think they're going to sit in judgment of Black America, you know? Yeah. In the state Africa's in right now. Isn't that insane? Africa,
I'm not your back. You know, Africa is a disgrace. Almost 70 decades of independence.
Africa is a freaking disgrace. We wonder why we're all ashamed of it, you know?
Well, I'm not ashamed, but I'm annoyed because we should be the better. 70 decades of independence. Not one country with nukes. Not one country with infrastructure. North Korea has lower GDP MP than most African countries. North Korea has nukes. Pakistan has nukes. Where's that space program, nigga?
Nothing, you know, nothing. You know, the bottom line, hey, look, you know, You know, the bottom line is it's like you tell Africa, it's like one end out the other. That's why I said, look, you know, as far as the Pan-African movement, we got to do so. We got to change strategy. I think what we're doing right now with the tourism and stuff like that, just getting to enjoy the continent and stuff like that. But you know, thinking Africa is going to wake up one day and basically do something and whatnot. As long as you the Nano Adus and all these other people, Tanubus and all these other people in power, the continent is a joke, man. You know.
Yeah. So, to answer your question, is there hope? There is. The three Sahel countries, Burkina Faso, Chad, Niger, they're showing the way because Nigeria, you know, is a disgrace. Look, if you remember last year, Nigeria thinking of attacking Niger, kick out the French.
I would have loved to see Nigeria launch a war against Niger. Them guys are beasts. Nigeria would have destroyed them.
Look, Carla, my personal Nigerian. If that happened, I'll be Nigeria's side. I'll tell you why. Nigeria's an embarrassment. In Liberia, in Libya, Mauritania, and Sudan, those Arab bastards are still selling black people as slaves. Nigeria didn't threaten them. You threaten your black neighbor who's doing the right thing. You threaten your black neighbor who's threatening the French parasites.
Yeah, you don't do nothing about Mauritania,
those Arabs who are skinning
and all these other countries. Damn.
But that's very important. Those Arabs that are skinning black women, they're getting shush about Adam. You don't threaten them. Nigeria's an embarrassment, man. I'm saying it.
You know, I don't know how Jonathan thinks that Nigeria roll over Niger. You see Nigeria's army, you see those guys, those beasts. Nigeria can't even freaking deal with Boko Haram. How the hell are they gonna deal with Niger? You know?
Yo, the same way that the UK can't deal with the IRA.
Knew anything? The Nigerian army abandoned their post and fled against Boko Haram. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like the U.S. fled out of Afghanistan. What are you talking about?
They fled their post.
Nigeria could beat the Proud Boys, let alone a Blue Army. I'm saying myself, I'm keeping it real.
Nigeria will roll over Niger. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. No.
Yes, they would.
Those Niger guys are fucking beasts. Those are battle-hardened guys and whatnot. Nigeria don't have no friggin' no thing. Nigerians are soft, you know.
Yeah, Jonathan, my brother, thanks. Nigeria, all we're looking for is beat up their citizens. Fight a real war. We couldn't do it. Nigeria are bullies. What we're looking for is terrorizing their own citizens. That's what they're good for Shell and BP. That's what they're good for. They're gatekeepers of Shell.
Remember the Goldie situation, Jughead? Now they laid the smackdown on the Ogoni people. Remember that back in the 90s? You know,
of course, unarmed civilians. Yeah, as usual, unarmed civilians. That's what they're good for.
In the Delta region, stuff like that. Yeah, but when it comes down to external threats, Nigeria ain't got nothing, man. Come on,
yeah. Jonathan, yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll let me be quiet and let someone else speak. Yeah, for a while. Then, okay, I'll continue then. Yeah, what else was I saying about Skamala? I mean, when your election next month, I'm fascinated because, as you know, if I was America, I'd be a Trump man because Trump at least would be avoid World War III and make stability. The Bidens will start World War III. If they steal it again, the World War III, because as you know, Jonathan and Kala and Elvis, 3 months ago, that idiot Biden was giving missiles to Ukraine and firing into Putin in Russia. The Putin was telling that for now 4 years. Putin's been patient. I'm telling you, if I asked Putin, I'd bomb us a long time ago. You know, I'm like, but fortunately for us, Putin's a more patient than I am. If I asked Putin, I started the war a long time ago. Lucky for us, Putin's more patient than I am. Putin's very tolerant, but he's tolerant what last forever.
The bottom line, he said provocation with NATO and Ukraine was going to bring war, you know? And what did the United States do? Keeps provocating on bringing NATO to Russian border. That's a provocation for war, you know?
Yeah, and so, because don't forget, Carla, why am I concerned? Because don't forget, if there is a nuclear war, heaven forbid, Washington, D.C. were the first targets. Guess what second targets would be? Right here, UK. You know why? Because of our Prime Minister had Boris Johnson, Theresa May, Sunak, Liz Truss, these morons have been biggest brokers of Russia of the last 3 years, these British Prime Ministers. Because those arseholes are the second targets. That's why I'm concerned. That's my skin in the game. I'll be second targets. Because those idiots, those four previous UK Prime Ministers, Sunak, Liz Truss, Theresa May, Boris Johnson, they've been provoking Russia the last 4 years. That's why he'll be the second target. He's put us in the fire. They put us in the firing line. Those UK Prime Ministers, those morons, those UK buffoons. They put me in the firing line as well.
Yeah, and also, what do you think about Jughead? I'm saying like that. I said, like I said, I'm a culture critic, right? Do you know we just celebrated the 29th anniversary of the Million Man March
Yeah, I
uh,
heard you.
yesterday?
I heard your broadcast was
Same
last.
day they released Big Meat. You think it's any accident they released them on the same day that they the 29th anniversary of the Million Man March? You know, because God forbid they don't want black men thinking about that day. That day was probably the most powerful day in history. You know, black men came together, man. A lot of them were military charges. Stuff we were saying in the final call and stuff like that. We were saying we're ready for anything. We didn't know how that was going to go down when it happened, right? Black men came down there and whatnot. They were so friggin' scared, man. This white man thinks he's so invincible. We shut the goddamn government down. You know, they all ran. Clinton was like was in an undisclosed location. You know, the Congress shut down. Yo, man, brothers had this thing, man. We said and they had to sit there and listen to what the fuck we had to say. Not no like Barack Obama gonna sit and tell us what we should think, whatever like that. He said this is what the fuck we had to say. And then when Mufasa Farrakhan introduced Minister Farrakhan, he said he's your brother and my brother. And then Farrakhan, when everybody was bracing for Farrakhan's interest, whatnot. That was the most. Oh my God, man. That was the most powerful thing I ever seen in my life, man. When he took the stage right there, Farrakhan took the stage, and everybody was like, Farrakhan. And that we just gave him the leadership. You know, he fumbled it over the years, but we gave him the leadership. We said, we're ready to do whatever you say, man. If Farrakhan would say, yo, let's burn this shit down, that would have happened that day, man, you know? So the whole world would look at that and said, wow, you got a black nation in America, right? All these countries start taking black America seriously, you know? As real players on the world stage and whatnot, you know, Iran, Russia, and everything. There's a black nation in America, and there's a man leading it, you know. But look what happened in 29 years. Now we're back to you better get over there and vote for some bimbo, you know, or else, you know, Barack Obama. I wish to God Barack Obama would have said that in front of me. I would have busted him upside his head, you know.
Come on, how dare he? What's his name? What's his name? Barrister Torre, the Butty Boy. What's his name?
The body boy, yeah.
Yeah, what was his name? Barry Satora, Batty Boy, Barack Satora, or Barry Obama, whatever his name is. How dare he lecture African American? How dare? Who do you think he is? You know what? I'm sorry, come on, Carla. You remember when he came to 8 years when he came to first prime president, 2008. Remember that woman got in his face at the airport? That white cracker, that Karen, that got in his face at the airport when he was when he first came president. Remember that?
Yeah.
What was that attitude then?
Yeah. He was sitting there, as you see on the tarmac. She was all up in there, pointing in his face and whatnot.
In his face.
Yeah, I remember that. You know, I remember that. Yeah.
See how? So you see, you haven't got a spot for black men. So that's what annoys me about him. Kyle reminds me of those boule butty boys. Hate black men, not black women, black men. He's the only vitriol for black men. No one else. He won't dare talk to other comedians like they would talk to us.
Yeah, bottom line, you don't step to Mexicans and tell them, when is it acceptable about Donald? Look, bottom line is people ain't asking for care about Donald Trump's mean tweets. A lot of us agree with a lot of his policies and whatnot. And also, there's a real fear in Black America, right? Real Black America. As we see the Pan-African movement, Africans ain't moving the needle, right? So a lot of people in Black America are saying this is all we have in America, right? Let's make the best of it. And there's a real threat among Black America thinking they're going to lose their position in significance, you know, and their heritage and everything like that. Like our heritage and everything is being erased and everything for globalism, you know, and everything like that. So, yeah, Black people feel a certain way. You feel like they're being replaced and everything. That's obvious, you know. But you can't tell Barry Obama that, you know. He thinks it's like, oh, we're just following Trump because we just, you know, like, no. People feel like they're going to be replaced and you're talking down to them. You're giving the illegal aliens more respect and reserve and everything like that. And you're talking to us like we're stupid. They don't talk to Mexicans like that. They don't talk to Hispanics like that. They find out what's on their mind. What can we do to get your vote? What can we do like this? They know there's got issues on the table. Black America, you know, what do you talk about? Black America has been always talking about the fact that you look at Chicago, you saw how angry Black people are about them just basically bringing these migrants in here and friggin' destroying the city. You know, New York City is going bankrupt because of migrants and everything, putting them in plush hotels and everything. So what do you think the average black person is thinking about all this shit? You know, they're not happy.
You're right, Carla. I mean, regarding Barack Sutoro, what's his name? Barack Sutoro, Barry Obama. If you remember, Dr. Claude Anderson, is he still alive? The Baba Claude Anderson, is he still alive, Barack? Carla.
Who's this?
Is he still alive?
Who's
Dr. Claude Anderson, is he still alive?
Yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson is still alive, yeah.
Good. In fact, I love that. He's been warning you for 5 decades. It's happening that these Biden Democrats are trying to replace you. If you recall, Carla, you know history like me, you're a historian. 100 years ago, the 3 presidents of your last century, beginning of the 20th century, Teddy Roosevelt, Calvin Coolidge, and what's that one? Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah.
They tried to replace you with big American immigrants from Ireland.
Exactly what it's all about. Check this out. Not only that, okay, but people don't understand something. The American government spent the last quarter of the 19th century and the first half of the 20th century waging a full-scale war on Black America.
Yeah.
An undeclared full-scale war. That wasn't just some lynchings and hate racism. Yeah. That was a full-scale war. They waged war against Black success and progress.
Yeah, for Reconstruction, right up to the 50s. Let me finish my pop card. You made a good point, yeah. From those 3 presidents, Roosevelt, Calvin Coolidge, and Woodrow Wilson, there were millions of Europeans from America. You know why? To replace you. Because they didn't give you a reparation, which they should have done, to try and replace you, but because their name was still needed, they couldn't do it. But now it's different now. With AI now, the immigrants, they can do it now. That's a danger. 100 years ago, assuming they did your labor. That's not the case now. It's
they can replace what labor they think they got with us, and now they have to vote. They can replace your vote and everything. So Black people, you're voting against your own demise and everything. Now, if you want to be insignificant and just like that, that's fine. You know, you say we have no voice, but I don't believe Black people just want to roll up and die. You know, I don't think so. You know, it'll be a tragedy because sooner or later somebody's gonna say, "What the fuck did we do?" You know, when you start seeing more disrespect and everything, and neighborhoods that was once ours and whatnot are now, you know, not ours, and you know, more and more movies. We used to have TV shows, Black TV shows, and everything. We don't have that anymore. You know. We'll be more and more. Everything is about us fitting in and losing our identity and stuff like that. You know, there used to be a Black society in this country. You know, it was reflected in TV shows on UPN. You know, and you know, so like it was a Black society. Yo,
Carl,
here, you know.
Carl.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Jughead. I mean, when you're talking Jughead, you gotta slow down, bro. We're trying to understand you. You're talking too fast, and we can't understand what you're saying. But I don't know. Hold on, Carl. I know because both of you guys talk. You know, you talk the same. But I don't know what you have against Kamala. You know, you live in the UK. You don't live in the US. I don't know what your deal is with the politics in the United States. Calling her names. You know, you got an issue with Obama. What are you, a Republican? And you live in the UK? What skin do you have in the game in the US politics?
Oh, thank you. Can I respond?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'll slow down. Thank you, brother. I'll slow down. Let me say it again, with my brother, my brother from the US. So regarding Barack Obama, number one, he himself started the demise of your country. Okay, Kamala does not deserve to be where she is. She was demolished in the primaries 4 years ago. Elizabeth Warren, Tulsi Gabbard, who was the other guy? Oh, Bernie Walters. They all slaughtered her. She was put where she is now by pedo Joe Biden. She shouldn't even be there. She's corrupt. She put innocent Black people in jail. People that journalists that openly reports that babies were being killed after birth. She put them in jail. She's corrupt and she has no principles. She shouldn't even be there. She's not qualified to be a president of the United States. You're kidding me. Elvis, when you're up against Putin, Xi Jinping, or Kim Jong-un, they have her for breakfast. She's a moron. She's an embarrassment. She mustn't dub you.
Okay, one second. Let me respond to you.
Yeah,
look, this lady was the chief prosecutor in San Francisco. She was the attorney general of the largest and richest state in the United States. She became a U.S. senator. She made her bones in the Senate when she was questioning.
She was only there for one term.
1 second. I said she made her bones in the Senate when she was questioning these big, corporation CEOs polluters, big oil companies. She asked the tough questions. She held them accountable. She's very sharp, and she got elevated to the vice president of the United States. So, as a black man who see a woman of color, whatever percentage of her heritage is black, she certainly has some black in her. So I'm going to call her a black woman. For you to just be calling her, for you to be calling her names and trying to denigrate her, this is the United States of America. You can't fake your way to the top. You have to show that you have what it
Let me
takes.
ask you a question.
You can't you can't be Attorney General of California if you don't know law.
Ask me how. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Usually in the Democratic system, you got to campaign and get delegates to be a party nomination. Ask me who gave her the nomination to what delegates that voted her and to be on the top of the ticket.
It's not for anybody to vote anybody. The presidential candidate. Hold on. The presidential candidate picks his vice president. You know that, right?
No.
You don't vote for the vice presidential candidate in primary.
They voted Joe Biden out, whatnot, and they didn't even say, "Okay, we don't want Biden. Let's go ahead to the primary process." And maybe there could have been another person.
Yeah, they could have done it that way, but they choose to do it the other way, and they have the right to do it.
That's not the
Democratic. It's not illegal. It's not illegal.
How do you know? Hold on, we will never know if she could have.
Are you a Democrat, Carla? Are you a Democrat? Do you understand what the Democrat Party Constitution says about choosing a candidate?
No, I'm saying the fact of the matter is, for it to have legitimacy, you have.
No, it doesn't matter. It's not about you, what you think. It's about what the party's rule book says.
It does matter what we think.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If you don't want to vote for her because you don't think it was democratic, don't vote for her. That's your choice. We don't care about what you think. We did it by the rule books of the party.
She was just
She is the sitting vice president of the United States. She's the closest to the presidency outside of Joe Biden. You think she's not qualified? No, it means that she has some experience in the presidency.
You know
I mean, what's wrong with you? Who's supposed to be the president? Some junior senator? Some first-term representative?
Look, this is what angers a lot of people, particularly black people, right? We saw this presidency for 3 years, right? The shutdown of the country of COVID and all stuff like that. They bumbled and everything like that. People still died.
Carter, don't even say that. You're going to make me mad. You said they bumbled COVID. It wasn't Trump who bumbled you. They bumbled COVID. Are you out of your mind, bro? Trump was the one that was there for the first 2 years of COVID, and a lot of people died under him.
More people have died since they got the so-called vaccine than before the vaccine.
I mean, you're out of your mind, Carla. You're just a conspiracy. You're a walking conspiracy theorist, man. What's wrong with you?
And the bottom line is, I'm watching. Look. I go down to parts of city I live at. I see all the businesses that were once thriving, whatnot, now shut down. And
that was Joe Biden's fault, right?
Still gone.
That was Joe Biden's fault, right?
Yeah, it was Joe
Biden. There
was
businesses that closed down during COVID and never opened again.
No, they were the Biden administration told about we're going to shut the government down. We're going to lock everything down.
The government was already locked down when Joe Biden got elected, Carla. What are you talking about?
They were firing people because you didn't want to get that vaccine. I got it. I should.
Yeah, because you're a threat to the lives of others. You can't be selfish and think that. It's a contagious disease.
No one believed that.
A virus.
So because Joe Biden tell you that?
No, that's what the CDC said. I mean, what's wrong with you, Carla? Are you some kind of moron? You don't understand what medical professionals are telling you to take precautions. You don't take it because you're some kind of conspiracy theory?
You didn't know what when I asked you what Thomas Malthus was and population with climate change.
Carla, don't think you're smart because you know somebody I don't know. It doesn't change the fact.
Have you ever studied the origin of the CDC?
Carla, I don't care about your conspiracy. Everything for you is a conspiracy. I don't care about that nonsense. I know real people who died from COVID. I had COVID. I know it was real. So you can't tell me that it was fake. It was some kind of false flight thing. It was a real thing that happened.
Did you die?
I was really sick. I got really, really sick. Breathing alone was a pain for me. I had sore on my lungs. I couldn't breathe.
That they said it was going to be. You know what I'm saying?
So what are you saying? It was fake? It was a lie? COVID wasn't real?
The economy down and whatnot, you know?
Are you saying it was a fake and it was a lie and COVID wasn't real? Is that what you're saying? It was exaggerated. Okay, yeah, Kyle. I know people personally who died from COVID. And I died COVID myself, and I tell you it was a bitch to try to deal with it for those months or so that I had it.
My uncle Albert died with COVID, right? But then on the record report, you know what they put it as? He died from COVID. And my cousin Debbie said, no, he didn't die from COVID.
Yeah, underlying conditions
So
can exacerbate your COVID symptoms.
It's all about what would they put on the medical report, right? Everybody that died that had COVID, they put it down that they died from COVID, so it looked like the numbers were hyperinflated. You know?
Yeah, you could die from a heart attack, but eating hamburgers and cheeseburger can clog your arteries.
They'll say it was from COVID.
So your real death is actually your clogged artery that caused the heart attack. So two things can be true at the same time, Colin.
You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is,
Colin, don't be a conspiracy theorist, bro. You got a little platform here. People listen to you. Don't give out wrong information.
Pull out from Afghanistan. America lost $1 billion worth of equipment because this idiot in Kamala, she was the last person in the room, bumbled the whole thing. People got killed. Servicemen got left behind. And
that deal was negotiated under Trump. He negotiated.
But the bottom line, Trump didn't say pull out like that. They were going to keep people there, you know, and an orderly pull out. Joe Biden.
I mean, Colin, you're just a waffler, bro. You waffle.
Hold these people.
Republicans don't like you. The Republican is the party of the KKK. If they could put you back in slavery, like Mark Robertson said, he would have no slaves today.
This is what angers us, right? They take no responsibility for anything, you know, and they lie right in front of our face and whatnot, like we didn't see what we just saw. You know, but Fox is right. They have. Say
that to the people who have family members that died from COVID and tell them it was exaggerated, and their families didn't really die. They're just taking a nap.
Say the bottom line, So you got people that were terminally ill and everything. They died and whatnot. They still have COVID and whatnot. Oh, they died from COVID. They inflated the numbers. You know.
Do you know what complications from COVID is? Do you know what it is?
Hold up, they had.
Do you know that virus, the AIDS disease, don't kill people? Is the complications from it that do?
Hold up, Elvis. Do you know that people died from the flu because they had
complications? Yeah, because they have a compromised immune system. That's why older people tend to die from the flu more often because the immune system is weaker. So if you have a weak immune system from a pre-existing condition, it's more likely that you would die from COVID. It's just that simple.
90% of people basically survived COVID. It was no more than just a fucking cold. That was it.
That's not true, Colin. And it's even worse if you have a pre-existing condition like asthma,
whatever, Elvis.
Like acid reflux. You have a heart disease. All of those things will exacerbate your symptoms and may kill you.
It's over with in less than a month.
Yeah, Colin. Just hope another COVID doesn't come because when you get it,
it's not going to be.
You're going to survive it.
I obviously. Which I was around people who so-called had it when they lasted for like about 5 days and they were back to normal, you know?
Sure, Colin. COVID was a scam.
Yeah, it was a scam, you know?
It was.
Yeah.
It was a power grab. That's all that was.
It was a power grab. I mean, so all the other countries around the world that people were dying from COVID.
You can't say COVID was a power grab. If people died from it.
I don't know.
But you can't say that it was overinflated.
Well, you can't.
That's a fact.
There's no real proof that the numbers that they say people died from and whatnot. People died because they got pre-existing conditions and they had illnesses.
Carla, I just said that the numbers were inflated.
The numbers were inflated.
They were.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it a scam, though.
No, it was a scam.
There you go, Jonathan. You can't agree with this guy. He's going to go back right to his old self.
They used COVID to take over society at gunpoint.
Oh, Carla. I mean, this is the guy we listen to, Jonathan. We come here and spend hours listening to this guy. Imagine.
Carla. You can't say that they took over society.
Okay, so
most states didn't actually put in all of those laws that they tried to push.
City, opening up restaurants, they created an orange zone and whatnot. You can't open a restaurant on this side, whatever like that. And then basically they came in and arrested people in Staten Island and whatnot because
they were breaking the social distancing laws, Carla.
Communist rule about certain.
I mean,
open up, and then Gavin Newsom.
In a state of emergency, when the government make a declaration, you must follow it. If you don't follow it, you're breaking the rules.
Hold on. Why did they have Gavin Newsom out there eating in the open air restaurant?
Yeah, he broke the rules and he was politically punished for it.
I'm saying it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
He wasn't punished for it.
It was bullshit. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's bullshit.
Did you get COVID, Colin?
All of those leaders broke the rules. Nancy Pelosi was getting her hair done when the shops was supposed to be closed. Boris Johnson was over there having parties in the UK when everyone else was supposed to be sitting down.
And they basically said, "What are you going to do about it?" You know, that's what this is all about. They're saying, "What are you going to do?"
Colin, the FBI is still watching.
You're lying about Kamala
all these
Harris.
conspiracy theories that you're spreading. They're opening your case again. They're opening your file. They're reopening your case, Colin.
Kala, just don't say it. Kala, you can say the numbers were inflated, and I agree with you, but it wasn't a fake thing.
It wasn't fake. I know, but it was over exaggerated. I said.
Callum, I come in. Callum, I come in.
Yeah, good.
Okay, I'll slow down for Elvis. Yeah, Callum, I'll agree with you, Callum, 20%. The numbers were inflated. It was a scamdemic. But that's another topic for another time. Get back to Elvis's point about why I'm concerned. As you know, I'm from the UK. And what's my skin in the game? I'll tell you. I said before, Elvis, I'll slow down. The 5 previous prime ministers of this silly country, Boris Johnson, Theresa May, Rishi Sunak, Liv Truss, they've been provoking Ukraine, provoking Putin for the last 4 years, poking the bear. Because of those idiots, I'm in the firing line, Elvis. If there's a nuclear war, heaven forbid, USA will be the first target. Second target will be here. That's my skin in the game. That's why I want Trump in, because Trump wins, they avoid World War III. Trump will bring a peace deal, pull US out of NATO, but US's muscle, the provocation of Russia will stop. That's why I want Trump to win, because just avoid World War III alone, it stabilize the economy. Biden put sanctions on Russia, which is now a full step now to join China from the BRICS. Because Biden's foolish economic plan, put sanctions on Russia, has backfired now, because that accelerates the BRICS to come forward with their own currency, which they're going to do next year or next 2-3 years, which will crush the dollar. Biden's a disaster. Biden is a disaster, Elvis, for America and the global economy.
I agree with that. Biden is a disaster. And Elvis, I do want to say that even though he lives in the UK, United States foreign policy, economic policy affects every other country on the planet. So everyone kind of has a right to go and say something about it.
Elvis, say something. Elvis, he's on strike. Elvis.
That in a nutshell was I'm talking about.
No, I'm here. I'm just in the back there. You guys keep going on. I'm listening.
Your lion eyes and whatnot. The bottom line is, for 4 years, we watched all this stuff for 4 years. The hypocrisy about COVID, the Afghanistan disaster, and the media keeps telling us nothing to see here, nothing to see here. They're doing such a fine job. We watch inflation go up, price. But look, let me tell you something, right? A couple of years ago, I used to be able to eat at Wendy's, right? Wendy's is my favorite fast food restaurant, right? I used to eat at Wendy's, right? Tell me why the hell the same meal, just a cheap meal, a lunch, supposed to be no more than $7 or $8 at the most, right? Why am I paying $13 friggin' right now for the same friggin' shit,
When you pour billions and trillions of dollars into the economy, it causes inflation. Trump did that.
They asked me the question. My insurance jumped up $20 friggin' for friggin' no reason. My insurance company says because there's so many unlicensed.
Stop crashing, Kala,
on the fucking road. Why did my insurance just jump up? I got a perfect driving record. My insurance jumps up $20. I didn't even know it. And I say like that. Who knows? It might jump up another $20 next month. So I'm saying to myself, what the hell is going on here? That that the prices are going up everywhere. When a loaf of bread, watching a prices of food at a grocery store, like watching a horror movie. When every time you go down the aisle, it's like, God damn! It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Colin, Trump printed billions for that PPP loan and for that COVID relief fund. That causes inflation.
They just resort back to Trump.
That's not it. That's not it, Colin. Elvis, the reason why the prices jumped. It happened because the United States put sanctions on Russia. They put all of those sanctions on a country that they know is a top oil and gas and food exporter. knowing good and well that was going to cause instability in the markets. The minute that they put those sanctions on, gas prices around the world jumped up like crazy.
Printed out $1 trillion worth of spending without nothing to back it up.
The Naira dipped like crazy the day that he put them sanctions on.
Yeah, correct. Bidenomics. If Kamala comes, it'll be niggernomics.
Straight up. Because you got to remember, Elvis, before they put the sanctions on Russia, the prices of everything wasn't outrageous. In Nigeria, in America, anywhere. But once they put them sanctions on, prices jumped 100%, 200%. Now, I don't know why they get up there, they be lying, be like, they can find milk for $3.29. Where you getting that milk at?
Well, America is the most advanced country in the world. Why is the supply chain breaking down? Why are we having strikes at the goddamn ports and whatnot, in major ports like Baltimore? What the hell is going on? If this continues right here, this country is going to collapse. This whole industrial infrastructure is going to collapse. But the media keeps telling nothing to see here, nothing to see. We got to deal with the orange man. Trump is an existential threat to democracy. All this kind of stupid stuff because the media basically treats people like they're talking to third grade people. And we're supposed to say like, "Oh, Kamala," when I listen to Elvis, when I please stop it. That's why black men are angry, because the bottom line is, if the white man in America seems like they're just so friggin' they like Anthem said, stop it. America's not.
America is not self-sufficient, Kyle. It depends on other countries for imports and exports.
We don't depend on nobody else. We produce all our food, everything. What are you talking about?
That's not true, Kyle.
The stuff the stuff we get from other countries and whatnot just fills in gaps and whatnot. But for the most part, America, you go coast to coast, sea to shining sea, the farms and everything like that, America produced for itself. Most of the stuff you see in America, food, is produced here in America. Now, we lost our manufacturing base, yes, because of the high dollar and whatnot. It's cheaper to manufacture in third world countries. I get that. But for the most part, farming and stuff like that, agriculture, everything, America's still number one in that. So bottom line is last 3 years, it's like, don't believe your lying eyes and whatnot. All the stuff you saw from day one when this idiot took office, man. Day one.
You keep waiting for me to reply to you. I'm not here to argue with you tonight. I'm just listening. Don't keep waiting for me to argue back. So just keep going. I'm listening.
Day one, man. I just saw. I said to myself, you got to be kidding me. I said that even when Joe Biden was campaigning and stuff like that, and the way he kept stumbling over his speech and everything like that, I said this guy's could possibly get in the White House. And when that guy got in, I said America's in trouble. I said it. I called it. And you got people like J. Mall talking about America's back and whatnot. Now he changed his mind and whatnot. America's back. Joe Biden. I mean, that was the worst. Look, I said like this, man. The bottom line is this. If America basically could survive the next few months and everything and whatever, like, I don't know, it might be even too late. Even if Trump gets back in it, it might even be too late then. The damage, the debt this country has incurred, the spending, the disaster on the border and whatnot. We don't even have enough money to take care of people in this disaster that just hit Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina. People don't even have no money. We got billions of dollars sent to Ukraine, but you can't take care of the American citizens that's damaged by a hurricane. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. But we had all that money to give the illegal aliens with FEMA money and stuff like that. We have enough money to put them in hotels and everything at $300 a night. But the bottom line is, but the Americans suffer from a hurricane, you ain't got nothing for them. And so, but don't believe your lying eyes, man. Listen to Elvis, whatnot. Everything's fine. Kamala and Joe Biden doing a fine job, And that's what Barack Obama understand. We see this, and the bottom line is, Black America, for the most part, are seething with anger, are forming. I see it all the time. Black people are forming in anger. How basically they think we're stupid. It's one thing to basically be like, okay, let's say, but they basically calling us stupid. Like They think we're a bunch of punks and we're just gonna freaking roll over for their bullshit just because they say we gotta fear the orange man and all stuff like that. And we're telling them, you're gonna see on election day what's gonna happen.
Carla, you're right to be seething. You're right to be incensed because if you look at all the so-called 10 cities in your country, in LA. Well, I've been to America once, California, San Diego, but what I've seen on YouTube, the 10 cities in all of LA and San Francisco of blacks and white Americans, not homeless. They're left for years.
No one gives a dang about if you're a working person in America and basically you don't qualify for like Section 8, whatever like that, you're on your own.
I'll come to that. But you got no money for them, for Americans, white, black, whatever. Americans that live in America, that born and bred there. But you put illegals in hotels, $300 a night.
Yeah.
I don't even vote for them. They think you're stupid. They think you're retarded. That's an insult. I'm angry for you. I'm not even American.
Why is that happening? Who's doing it? Who's behind it? Who knows? All we know is like the buck stops with the person in the White House, you know?
They tried to replace your Malcolm warned you decades ago. So did Khalid Mohammed, son of Claude Anderson. They warned you that they could be genocide. What about Nazi Germany? It'd be slow genocide. That's what they're attempting to do. They can bring the illegals in, put you in what's happening in intensities is a templates. What they're trying to do for decades it's a templates.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring illegals in, replace you, and then ignore you, let you live in the outskirts, let you slowly die off. That's their intention. What's going to happen? But that's their intention. To make
bottom line, they know the illegals basically are not going to think. You know something? You know what the mistake they're making, Jughead, is that you got these Haitians and illegals, right? They're not going to always want to do those shit jobs forever. You know, their kids, the kids are going to be like, yo, man, I want some of this American dream, If they can't get it the legal way, that's exactly what happened. That's how the Italians, Irish, all of them got into crime, They're saying, this is all y'all got for us? Well, they're not stupid, So soon, what is white America going to do when these people saying, okay, we've been here for a generation now and whatnot, my kid can't be a janitor and my grandkid, I can't pass my janitor job. I want them to have access to the American dream. And the white America is like, yo, we don't have no space for you. We only thing we got for you is the shit jobs in the bottom of our society. They ain't gonna want to stay like Black America. The problem is Black America don't want to stay at the bottom of their society. That's what the problem is. And you got immigrants coming over here telling us that we ought to be grateful for fucking thing. Now, Ross Moore, this is exactly what I'm talking about, Jughead. I'm glad you go to my show. He go, a job is a job card. No, it's not the same thing. I don't want to be doing a janitor's job, pass it to my son, or inherit a janitor's job. A job is not a job.
Carla, you're just getting yourself all worked up for no reason.
So let me ask you a question, Elvis. Is a job just a job? You're not like another way he's saying that we'll do any type of job or not. That's the problem.
Listen, Carla. Job is hold on. A job is a means to an end. Hold on. An African can come into this country, do a janitorial job or a custodial job.
Hold up. We don't want to
put his kids. Yeah, fine. You don't want to do it, right? But you're talking about the immigrants and put his kids through college doing that custodial job and build a good life for themselves and give their kids an education.
Programs
and their kids won't have to be a janitor or custodian.
I don't buy this crap that immigrants are working 3 janitor jobs and putting their kids through college. It's a lie. I'm sick and tired of hearing it.
Carla, why you get so bad about it, bro? Relax. Don't let your cholesterol go so high with the immigrants.
I hate that. They come over here,
Haitians who are making less than $1 a day, making $20 an hour. That's a come up for them.
They're going to outshine us by taking these shit jobs for less.
Carla, nobody's trying to outshine you. They're just trying to survive, bro. They're trying to survive.
Why can't you survive in your own country?
Because this is the spirit of America. It's a land of immigrants, and it welcomes all immigrants. Immigrants are welcome here, bro. Whether you like it or not.
The bottom line is this: you guys basically, the people come here, some about jobs and everything. There's people that want to exploit you. We have a system in America that exploits cheap. America's addicted to slave labor and cheap labor.
Carla, these guys are not even working for the cheap. Like that little documentary that we saw. Hold on, Carla, relax. Let me get a sentence out.
another lie. I'm gonna bust you in another lie.
Yeah, let me get a sentence out, right?
Go ahead. I'm gonna bust you in your lie. Go ahead.
Right. The guys in Springfield, Ohio, they were making about $20 an hour working in that little factory.
Right?
That's not the minimum wage. Minimum wage is $7.50.
They're not getting Social Security taken out, and not only that,
They are because they're on TPS. They're on temporary protective status. They have a Social Security number and they get taxed. Just how you get taxed on your income.
They get paid under the table, and
no, Carter, that's what you don't understand. TPS is a status. It's not an undocumented person.
Elvis, have you ever ran a business for had employees? I did. You know what the biggest expense you have?
Carla, I just gave you a specific example of those people, those Haitians in Springfield. They are on TPS, and if you're on TPS, you have a Social Security number, and you get taxed on your W-2.
Now, right? If you don't have to cover workman's comp because they work on the table, you're saving a lot of money.
They are not working under the table. That's the point that I'm telling you.
You're not. Hold on. If you're here legally, how you going to get Social Security and stuff like taken out?
I just gave you an example of legal immigrants. The people in Springfield, Ohio, are not illegal. They're illegal.
People in Ohio are here illegally. So don't give us.
They are here legally. They have what is called a temporary protective status. They have a temporary protective status, which gives them a legal status to work within the United States.
It doesn't mean you can work.
It does. What is wrong with you? There are many Liberians who are on TPS in this country. These people are part of my community, Colin. You're just being ignorant. You're letting all that hate, like we talked about the last time, all that hate is filling you up, and you are blind to the reality of things.
I don't hate.
Take a chill pill, bro. You're full of hate. These people are not illegal. They're illegal. You think that guy would be talking on camera and doing a documentary with illegal workers working in his factory?
You're an immigrant from a third world country, right?
Sure, Connor, that's true.
I don't want nothing to do with no goddamn janitorial job.
Yeah, but you don't make that decision, and nobody is forcing you to be a janitor.
Business, you know.
Yeah, and that's good for you. And those guys are coming here to do janitorial work. They're coming here to do factory work. They're going to work at Walmart, and they're fine with it. They're going to work their way up.
We're trying to get to the next level. Black America's trying to get to the next level.
Fine, and immigrants are trying to get to that next level too. They're working their way up.
Exactly where they are.
Come in.
Go ahead.
Thank you. This is a response to Elvis in a civil manner. Elvis, my problem is this, my brother. Those illegals, they should not be here in the first place. Look, I'm not MAGA. I'm not born there. But if I was to be America, I'll be America first. Okay? Your country has problems on its own. Forget what's happening externally. Internally, what you should do internally, you should be conquered on first. Get jobs for American people. Housing. That's your priority. Not people what's happening outside America is not your problem. Focus on yourselves first. That's what I would do if I was American.
Look, Jughead, that's the thing. That's why you don't live in this country. Now, I won't say that's not why, but you don't live in this country. You don't understand what the spirit of America is. America is a nation that welcomes immigrants, right? A lot of immigrants in this country have done great things. A lot of people here are first or second generation immigrants.
Look, I have
the Italians, the Irish, the Africans, the Indians. A lot of these people immigrated here, generations ago, and they've been in this country.
Only immigrant.
This is not a country that is opposed to immigration.
I knew one kid from Italy. This guy Franco. One kid from Italy that I knew growing up. Everybody else, 99% of people I met up until the time I was 21, was born in the United States many generations. So we talk about immigrants just so much. We talk about.
Carla, are you out of your mind? New York is the epicenter for immigration in this country. So what are you saying? Are you saying there were no immigrants in New York? Are you crazy?
People have this idea that New York, New York is still majority African American. It's still Italian.
Carla, we're not fighting you about your African Americanness, right? We're telling you that New York is a hub of immigrants.
It's all over the place, taking over when that is a farce.
Nobody is saying they're taking over. We're telling you that this country is not opposed to immigration. There have been immigrants in this country for many, many years, and they'll keep coming.
Come here and assimilate into the culture. Not come over here and talk about what
Carla, you sound like a racist old white man. That's why you sound.
Carla, the immigrants don't have to come to the U.S. and join our culture.
I don't care if they join the culture or not. I don't want them to join the culture. But I'm just saying, don't come over here and tell me like Russ Moyes talk about, we'll do any job, whatever like that. That's good for you or not. But the bottom line is this. We're trying to move into corporate America. We're trying to move up the ladder and whatnot. We're not interested in those shit jobs you guys feel you're entitled to now.
Kala, we don't work those shit jobs.
Look, Kala, with all due respect, you're in your 50s and you just started making real money. So don't give us that BS talk, bro.
Look,
you were not doing great in this country for the majority of your life. You're working mediocre jobs and you wasn't doing great. So stop the BS, man.
Black immigrants, right? I am not talking about black immigrants, but I will say that these people come over here and they feel, I feel like the white power structure is using them. That's what I like, that using them, because the bottom line, their plan is if they could get away with not hiring black people try to move up into corporate America. We're competing with white people, in corporate America and stuff like that. We saw that, and so the bottom line is how do we slow black people down and whatnot, to take our confidence away, that we won't challenge them. They have us fighting with these new immigrants. They did that with the Irish with us, the Irish. They put the Irish over here, say, oh yeah, the Irish. And they brought the Italians over here. They brought these other people over here to basically just try to slow our progress down. And still we thrived. We thrived in America around them, So the bottom line is this, I have no problem with black immigrants coming over here. Hey, welcome to the country and everything. But don't friggin' sit here and friggin' be a pawn for white America, white supremacy. That's my problem, brother Ja. I'm against immigrants who basically they come over here with Jughead with the same talking point that white America is largely rejected. Black America lazy and everything. White America is largely, for the most part, moved on from that and don't believe that. When polling white people, why is immigrants are taking on these stereotypes that friggin' white America is basically even abandoned?
Kala, you're right, but Kala, I mean, people like that Colombian MP, that called Juneteenth ghetto. I forgot her name. She's a Colombian immigrant. I forgot her name. She refers to Juneteenth as ghetto. She's but point making this, Elvis, is this. As I said in the comments, beginning of the Kala's broadcast, African Americans of the last 200 years have been the best blacks on the planet by far. Business, science, revolts, politics, you name it. No black group comes close of last 200 years. That's a fact. So show some respect on their name. I mean, immigrants come out, they badmouth them, they call them lazy, they criticize George Floyd, whatever. People think they're Asians. They better stay in their lane. If I was over there, listen, if I was over there, Elvis, I've been knocking heads, man, because I'm very protective.
We haven't done that. There's not been no violence against immigrants.
They're lucky.
We take a lot of shit from them. They come over here talking about your smack.
Always are tolerant. They're lucky they do like me. Always, I'm not a violent man, but I don't take BS from non-blacks. Speaking of non-blacks, I take BS from non-blacks.
Look, I agree with you. I'm not somebody who criticizes and shit talk to black Americans. I think they've done a lot of great things, and I've said that on these platforms many times. My point here is not about African Americans and what they've done or what they're capable of doing. My point here is when this immigrant babble and immigrant hatred is spewing out of collar because you can't contain it.
Elvis,
that's when I'm going to push back. I'm an immigrant. I'm a proud immigrant.
What I talk about is immigrants. Basically, let me tell you something, Elvis. Listen to this and listen to it very, very carefully, brother. I want this very clear. I have nothing against you or black immigrants. I do have a problem with you guys thinking that team white supremacy is going to ultimately prevail, and that if you guys basically hit your wagon to that star or not, you're gonna ride. Then you incur my fucking wrath. That's what probably. And I hear that too much with immigrants and whatnot. They talk all this stuff like this. White people don't believe black people are lazy in America. Because let me tell you something. I just come into my fucking business, my office and whatnot. People in awe. You guys are a black business. African, we're not African immigrants. No, I'm not Nigerian. No, I'm not Ethiopian.
Carla, stop the cap. You did not build that business. Your sister and your brother built that business. You just joined.
But
so stop it, man.
Black professionals every friggin' day at the top of their game and business, everything like this. And I'm saying to myself, when is I don't even want to bring up this.
Carla, you think you're the cream of the crop of black society? You think you're part of that crop?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm nobody, man. I'm just
of course. So stop it. You're average guy.
I'm saying no.
You're not a multi-millionaire. You didn't start a company from the ground up and become a millionaire. You didn't do any of those things. You're riding the coattails of your siblings. Stop it.
Hold up. My point I'm trying to make, Elvis, is this, right? The immigrants, right? When they come over here, right? They have this thing like Zongo and that basically. They want to. Look, I said tonight here we got a problem with this ghetto black culture. I admit that. I admit that, right? But the bottom line is this, though. Even the average white person, right, who sees all this stuff on the 6 o'clock and everything, They know the majority of black people are decent, hardworking people and everything. White people know that, you know, they know that every day, you know. But why is it that people who are supposed to be our same race come over here and I gotta friggin' have a conversation, try to explain and defend shit, saying no, we're not all like that, you know? So it tells me that black immigrants have declared war on us, you know, because they're taking white supremacy talking points. See, white people are slick, right? They're saying, you know something? You know, we don't want to say all this stuff, right? Because we call racist, right? So they use their passes off to black immigrants and Hispanic and Asian immigrants, right? That's why you think they got the Asians to pass the anti-affirmative action thing. They made the the Asians a face of anti-affirmative action. They use all these proxy shits against us and everything. That's what I'm fighting against, Elvis. It's not against you as a black immigrant. It's you allowing yourself to be a proxy to them motherfuckers who want to destroy us. That's it.
Carla, you know that's not true. I never badmouth black Americans. I understand the greatness of African Americans.
Elvis, I'm not saying you, but you know for a fact there's a friggin' problem among black immigrants in this country. They say stuff like, I was told not to be around black America. Who the fuck would say something like that, you know? Who the hell would say, even if your parents did tell you that, why would you say something like that to somebody? I was told not to friggin' be around black Americans because y'all this, y'all that, y'all gangsters. You saw what those Rwandan girls were saying. Who would even say something like that out of their mouth? Now, if we say something like that, y'all be calling us xenophobic and blah, 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 and everything like that. But you guys feel free to talk about us any kind of way. Spit out the most white supremacy talking points out of your mouth.
Well, to be fair, Kala, I was told, unfortunately by Nigerians, be careful Nigerians, they're scammers. Be careful Nigerians, they're dangerous.
I never look. You know something? All the stuff I said about Nigerians, right? Obviously, look. All the stuff I said about Nigerians. Ask Jughead. But Jughead will say it, you know. But I never once called Nigerians scammers. Never once, because I know majority of Nigerians not like that. I mean, they got some unscrupulous people, but I know for a fact that Nigerians got fine people, honorable people, and like everybody else. That's me being intelligent. You know, my brother Jughead's a Nigerian.
Yeah,
you know,
they're not overwhelmingly scammers, but they do have like a begging kind of culture, though.
I don't believe
where everyone expects something from you.
I don't think Nigerians are criminal even any large scale. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe that.
All right.
I refuse to believe that. You know, and let's say for some reason it was true, I still will give Nigerians the benefit of the doubt. That's just me being human. You know, so the bottom line, I will always give somebody the benefit of the doubt and not castigate them as a whole entire generalized race. But when the African immigrant comes over here, every one of us is a thug. Every one of us is a baby mama. Every one of us on welfare, no matter what we live at and everything. All black communities are ghettos and everything like that.
But Carla, you have to understand that the countries that they come from, they're very tribalistic.
Oh, that's not my problem, man. When they come here, they gotta act civilized. You know, don't bring that tribalist shit. If that's the case.
How you gonna expect people to act civilized when they wasn't civilized before they came?
I don't know. All I know, there's a lot of black people.
You expect a bunch of people that want to shine over their own people to come to America and be different all of a sudden?
America are fed up with immigrants. I'm just telling you that. You know.
Yeah, come here. But
yeah, go ahead, Jughead.
There are two Africans that leave Africa. Two kinds, generally. Ones that go the typical big make money that come back to Africa, and two ones that go with the intention of coming back. They're the ones that give you insult, they give you grief. The latter ones that leave Africa with the intention of returning. They're the arseholes. Whether they go to the UK, France, Canada, or US. Ones that leave Africa with the intention of return, they hate Africa. That's why they've left. So they come back to your place or the UK here. They don't integrate. They're very materialistic. I mean, we need money. We live in a material world, but they're very, very materialistic. They're standing back for $2, and they kiss ass just to ingratiate themselves with Europeans. Those ones that you're meeting, the ones that love Africa, the ones that got pride, they're back in Africa. You know, you're not meeting those until you go to Africa. You're not meeting those unless you go to Africa. That's a problem.
This is a problem, like I said, with these apologists for Africans. Most Nzungus, they use stupid words like Nzungus and whatnot, you know, have negatives with African Americans. But the bottom line is White people have seen enough black success over the last 30 years not to have that. And they basically like this, because why? Because we're their mayors, we're their boss. When they walk in the bank, we're their loan officers. We're in positions of power in this country over the last 30 years, So they don't bring in basically, even if they want to have those views and whatnot, they sound stupid. Even though I have a white person say, you sound really ignorant, They're stupid. But the Africans, black immigrants don't have these interactions with black America for the most part. So they generally believe them. White America would like to believe these stereotypes about us, but they know that doesn't conform with the reality.
The ones that come over, they have no intention of mixing with you. That's the problem, Keller.
And they stay away from black success and everything like that. They
have no intention of integrating with you, Michael. That's the problem. Most of them have no intention. Unfortunately, their intention is to come there in America or US or Canada, Australia, make money, and that's it. And mix with white people. No intention that they're, because we're tribalistic. I mean, I'm born in the UK, so I don't understand mentality. My parents are from Yoruba, so I've been in Nigeria 5 times. And the problem is we're very tribalistic. All that King of Wakunda shit, the Fresh Prince of Zamunda shit, I don't understand it, man.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yo, check this out, man. Something the other day, man. I see a Nigerian brother with a fucking dime piece in Virginia. With a dime piece black chick, man. I was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, stop the music, man. I was like, about to ask the brother, how the hell you get that chick? I know he must have said I'm Aliko Dangote's nephew.
we can talk. Oh,
Nigerians got game, man. They both got game, man. You should have seen this girl. This girl was bad, man. I was like, holy shit, man. This brother pulled that shit, man. Let me shut up, man. Let me shut up for that one.
Kelly, you should be surprised, man. Remember Sergeant Bilko? Remember that Phil Silver? Sergeant Bilko. Remember the comedy Phil Silver show? Remember Sergeant Bilko?
On what show?
Phil Silver, Sergeant Bilko, from that comedy show.
Now I remember that,
you remember that? Phil Silver's Sergeant Bilko. We played the old based in the 50s. The show that Phil Silver's. You must say he's died now. A Jewish American comedian.
Oh, it's a white guy.
Yeah, Phil Silver show in the 50s. Sergeant Bilko. Basically, what I'm saying is that this guy was slick. He was an old army guy. He was slick. That's what we're like. We're slick, man. We got a lot of tricks up our sleeves. We have to be, man. We have to be. Nigeria, man, it's not easy. I've been there 5 times, man, and that money I couldn't live there. I love it in my background, but that money I couldn't live there because it's. I mean, the first time I went to Nigeria. Remember the first Star Wars film? Remember the first Star Wars film, Color?
Yeah.
Remember when Luke Skywalker walked that rough tavern in
yeah.
That's the Nigerian airport. It's rough,
man.
Yo,
man, I see this one video, man. They're flying to the airport and the lights went out, man. Goddamn, like, yo, man. The plane had to go to another country. I think Ghana went out because the lights went out in the airport.
I'm telling you, the first one in Nigeria, but that passed while I went back home. They buried me. I buried it back home. When I went to the airport, I was scared, man, because when I saw the energy, man, I was scared, man. I know scary thing, man. But
I give Diane Samir one thing. Diane Samir will hop on a Nigerian plane that's freaking falling out the sky and whatnot. Man, Diane hops on any plane, man. I'm like, yo.
Oh, you're lucky you got back alive, man. Yeah, but Nigeria's not easy, man. It's not easy. But yeah, people are desperate because we got the leadership, the retarded, the scum, the coward and retarded. Nigeria should be like Dubai on steroids.
I want to understand something, right? Poor hardcore, right? You know what angered me, right? Back when I was a kid, and I used to read about Nigeria and whatnot, and I used to read about Port Harcourt and whatnot. You said all these white Americans in the oil industry that lived in Port Harcourt. I was like, why did the Nigerian government basically a lot of African Americans, right, are actually Nigerian, Why would there's no real effort to say, something, if you're in the oil industry, we want black kids from HBCUs to come over here and work with the Nigerian. There was no such effort. They let these white Americans in there and stuff like that. So I'm like, what the hell?
I'll tell you why, Color. Because Nigeria is not independent and free. Look at me, Color.
Yeah.
Nigeria is as free sovereign as I am Chinese. Look at me. Do I look Chinese to you, Color? Elvis? Do I look Chinese to you?
No.
Nigeria is as free sovereign as I am Chinese. Nigeria is not a free sovereign country. Nigeria is a plantation owned by Shell and BP.
Yeah, Shell and BP. I tried to tell Mike Olawale that. He don't believe me.
Yeah, well, it's
You do look Chinese to me. Well, you sound Chinese. You talk as fast as a Chinese man.
those fuck nigga misleaders. They work for part of my language. They work for MI6 and the Shell BP companies. They're not leaders. They don't work for Africa. With Nigeria's only two leaders in this past: Murtala Mohammed and the first Buhari government, 85, 84. That's why they don't wait back, because they know that if African Americans come to Nigeria, and with all the sources that Nigeria has, unaccompanied by the racism, Nigeria today would be like Dubai on steroids. Nigeria would be like Singapore on steroids now. But those Nigerian misleaders have colluded with Europeans to keep you out. Because then if African Americans come back in,
like I said, garbage said, anything worth having, the white man, like black people thought, oh man, we got this Africa, we got all this minerals and everything like that, but there's a problem there. The old adage is anything worth having, niggas ain't entitled to, you know? So it's like, yo, we got all this land in Africa, minerals and resources, but the people who don't benefit from it is us, you know?
But as far as that, I can tell you now, Carl, I hate to say this as the proud African, but I'll tell the truth. Africa has a culture of cowardice. I'll tell you why I say that. I said before on your program and about but I say it again for Elvis and other people in the chat who first time calling your broadcast. Elvis, Carl, let me tell you this now. If you look at Africa, the size of it is humongous. Look at teeny Afghanistan, so teeny Vietnam. Vietnam went to war with Japan, France, and US back to back. They fought Japan for 35 years, France for 2 decades, America for 10 decades. That's 65 years of fighting. Teeny Vietnam, I beat them. Teeny Vietnam. Please. Teeny Korea, we told us over America for 3 decades. Teeny Korea. The Korean War fought America for 3 years. Teeny Korea fought them to a standstill. Teeny Korea. Teeny Cuba, with no an island as some to 8 decades of blockades, US, still feeds people. No one shit in the streets in Cuba. I don't even know. Look at Africa now. People in Nigeria, where my family from, people shit in the streets. It's embarrassing. Teeny Cuba, Vietnam, and Korea have got a total with humongous powers. Big Africa, I counted big for nothing.
Hey, Jugger, let me say something. Now, I said the same thing the other night. I talked about Japan's technology with the transitory, and I got scolded on the show the other night for bragging about the Japanese. I brag about success one night, the Asians and everything like that. You know, how is it that Japan, broke my heart. In the 90s, all those countries in Southeast Asia became industrialized. You know, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, you know, the Philippines, they all became industrialized in the 90s. And I said to myself, what the hell is going on with Black Africa? Nothing. And here it is 30 years later, Africa's still not industrialized. What the fuck, you know?
Carla, what do you mean by industrialized?
Industrialization means, let's say, is the fact when you have industrialization, your standard of living rise. Why? Because industry, the value of industry, right? And then now that we live in a post-industrial era, that means people, the goods and services, manufactured inside of a country, right? From through use of electricity, centralized planning, and stuff like that. You got to have heavy industry. Heavy industry is oil, gas, coal, and everything. Power plants to produce steel. Steel is now manufactured to produce buildings and stuff like that. Everything you see, Jonathan, right, in the world, right, has to come from someplace. An industrial nation produces a couple of things it produces. Its own steel, its own battery works, its own power plants, and basic stuff like that to achieve economic success. Without that, you cannot basically go forward. Japan became Southeast Asia became industrialized because Japan had moved a lot of their operations to Southeast Asia. In other words, basically the Thailand Stock Exchange basically started up a bunch of companies and whatnot and built interests in them. Textile, textile industry is the most basic, you know, and then light industries like clothing and stuff like that. Then they moved to heavy industry like lumber, you know, and stuff like that. Lumber fabrication, steel, ironworks, and metalworks, something like that. And then the fabrication of car parts and everything. They integrate them into the car industry. That's industrialization, you know?
Okay. Now, are you saying that there's no African countries?
No, they don't manufacture. They assemble, but there's no manufacturing. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now South Africa is the only country in Africa that has some sort of large scale industrialization. They have platinum plants, which they take platinum. They not only mine the platinum, right? They produce a finished product. They make not only they make platinum product, but they also have platinum things that they make and they sell it at retail. Let's see, South Africa, what they call a multiplier effect. South Africa manufactures steel and they fabricate steel. It's not enough to manufacture and mold steel, right? It has to be fabricated, cut up into different parts and everything, like steel beams and stuff like that. That's industrialization,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Carl as well. I mean, basically, Jonathan, I mean, what it does in a nutshell means that we own our resources, extract them, refine them, make them, sell them to ourselves or keep them for ourselves. Like, look at the Congo, for instance. The Congo is coltan and cobalt in the billions. Well, every product you have, from laptops, mobile phones,
manufactured in the Congo.
Coltan. The Congo is one of the poorest countries on the planet. Congo should be Dubai times 100 with its resource. For the forget the cobalt, the uranium, for the coltan alone, Congo should be like Singapore on steroids. So because that scumbag Mobutu who betrayed Lumumba, the Congo's been, since the murder of Lumumba, 64, 63, the Congo's been basically been resource raped for decades. But so we don't produce anything. We don't control our resources. But Congo's been up in Africa as a general rule. So we don't control our resources as a problem. Because we're counter leaders who sell us out. We're just resource raped.
You know the sad part about this, Jughead? It's not even so much as that. It's the fact that not only that we don't have the resources in Africa, we don't even mine them. We don't even take them out of the ground. It'd be foreign companies that take the gold. Like Burkina Faso did a game changer. They nationalized the gold industry. Yeah, that's a game changer right there. I give Burkina Faso that thing they manufacture. So therefore, now you could create gold bullion and put it into a gold reserve bank and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so therefore, when you basically have mines and whatnot, like let me give you an example. Instead of Africa talking about lithium, it's about lithium. Now, my partners in Liberia have discovered a lot of lithium, right? But they want to go down the same road. They have some freaking we have some so-called German investor. My partner Sam showed me this big chunk of lithium that he has on his land right now. He said, we got lithium and whatnot. But they want to go down the same road. Let some foreign company come in there and mine it and whatever. I said, no. If you're going to do lithium, you got to mine it yourself, right? Whatever it takes, mine it yourself, right? And if these so-called international partners want to be partners, let them mine the stuff for yourself as a partnership, right? And then create it. Say you got a timetable to basically create products like batteries and stuff like that with the lithium. Another thing in Liberia is the #1 producer of rubber, right? But the bottom line, you know how hard it is to get a tire manufacturing going in Liberia? Liberia got so much need for tire. It's very simple. You got rubber, plenty of rubber. When you go to Firestone in Liberia, you can smell the rubber tapping, That's how much rubber they got there. You can smell it from miles away, the rubber latex, And so the bottom line is, why is it all these years, Elvis can't tell me why the native people have not moved to manufacture. 45 years, you haven't moved towards manufacturing something like tires. Rubber gloves. Come on. That's what industrialization means.
Yeah. Embarrassing, because decades of so-called independence. The one country as a GDP can match even Singapore, little Singapore with no resources.
Exactly. New York City's GDP is 4 times the size of Nigeria.
Yeah, New York City is a state. No, it's a state. No, a country, a state.
A city. New York City is a city.
Well, no, I mean New York State. Yeah, okay. You mean New York State? Yeah, it's a state. Yeah.
New York City's GDP is $2 trillion. That's 4 times what Nigeria is.
Yeah, I mean, but Kyle, all you just do is just ranting. You're not really acting the tangibles. Like you just generalizing that most African countries are not industrialized.
What do you mean? It's not Zongo. Come on.
What do you mean? I mean, sometimes
they ain't no.
Wait. Let me finish. Let me finish. At some point, you got to progress in your level of discussion, right? I mean, you can't just generalize. There are certain areas.
Bongo.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
All due respect, young brother. Check us out.
Let me finish.
35 years ago. Yes, man. 35 years ago.
That is not even your field.
I had high hopes that I'll be singing a different tune right about now. 35 years ago, I watched Asia become industrialized, and Singapore.
I agree with you, man.
Carla, I
understand.
agree with you. I think Africa has been a disappointment for all of us Africans. We
Yeah,
understand
man,
that
I
point.
agree.
We can all agree on that point.
But can you give Africa a break considering?
No.
Unlike Southeast Asia, they been bombed, dealing with coups, dealing with constant intervention.
Oh no, Southeast Asia.
Those countries haven't had all of that.
Are you kidding
No,
me,
Jonathan, wait, guys, wait. Let me finish. I'm not done. The economy of African countries, regardless of wherever you go, there are certain industries that are industrialized. You can't just generalize like that. What you mean? Let's take, for instance, in the case of Ghana, cocoa, the industry that processes
they
cocoa.
export raw cocoa.
But they have industries.
No, they don't have industrialization, Zongo.
You said they have
It's cocoa, Zongo. Cocoa, not cocoa. What do you pronounce it?
Wait, whatever.
It's cocoa.
Let me finish, man. Stop interjecting. The industry can be divided into different stages, but the primary stage, which is like bringing the raw materials and processing it, it's a part of the stage. It's part of the stage. You can say maybe the refining stage, they haven't reached that stage yet. Let's progress the discussion. You can't just generalize.
I know, but the bottom line
in the case, I'll give you another prime example. In the case of oil and gas industry, you can't tell me Ghana or Nigeria are not industrialized.
No, they're not industrialized.
They are actually, man. What are you talking about?
No, they're not, Zongo.
What are you talking about? In Ghana, wait, listen.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me finish, man.
Does Ghana have
you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
You know how they would go to industrialization overnight if they built a petrochemical company. You know what petrochemical?
Carla, man, you got to shut up, man. You don't know what you're talking about. You got to shut up.
Carla, well, I think where you're messing up at, you're comparing industrialization.
Carla, that's Zongo's specialty. He works in petroleum, so he knows about petrochemicals.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
No, really, man. I've been to there are a lot of African countries. You go to African countries, there's a lot of manufacturing facilities. But
what?
You can say, okay, there are certain industries they are not highly, advanced in other industries, right? But there are some like in the agro processing. Let me say let's say in the food processing industries, you can tell me if you go to the market, all those products you see.
Everything I see.
Wait, let me finish.
From the
let me finish.
Writing on
when you go to the market, when you go to the food processing industries, for example, you go to the market. This final product you're saying, it comes from certain industries that are being manufactured within the same country. What are you talking about? You gotta specialize. When you say, let me finish.
When you say soap or something like that, and I'll be like, applauding them because you got fufu, so soap, Joy Your Clean, and you see the African commercial.
Gari, kilishi, beef jerky. There are a lot of things that are industrialized in Africa, Carla. Just not the steel and the highly,
pharmaceutical. There are companies in Ghana. I'm sure
Nigeria has a couple of companies.
They are processing steel, but not really at the large. There are certain industries that they are really lacking. So I think that's what I'm saying. We got to advance the discussion
enough market. They have a certain companies in the food processing industry that does pretty well. I studied that.
Most African countries do have it. What are you talking about?
It was a small scale, it's not heavy industry.
Yeah.
It is actually a large. Wait. It is actually a large scale, because if you go to the retailing stores, it's the end product of what is coming from the manufacturing.
It's light stuff. When I'm talking about heavy industries,
it is a heavy industry. What are you talking about?
No, steel.
But you can't negate that though. It's a still manufacturing industry. You can't compare
batteries construction.
But that's a separate industry though. You can't just generalize all the industry. Just lump them.
Zoggy, greetings, brother. After Gosson, if I can bring this one point before I leave. Carla, you're correct again. Look, the point is this, and girls, gentlemen, the point is this. In 1971, 50 years ago, 53 years ago, Qatar and the Emirates came independent from the UK. Okay, they were S-holes. Look at them now with less resources. We got independent 11 years before them. Nigeria got independent in so-called 1960. so-called independence. Qatar get independence in 1971. With less smaller than Nigeria, less resources than us. Look at Qatar now. The point is that you got small. The point of kind of making is this: we should have big expectations. Nigeria should by now should be like Singapore. Nigeria should have a space program, nukes, high infrastructure without resources. The fact that it's an embarrassment. That's my point. That's Carlos' point. The fact that we got some cocoa beans. What's that?
Back in the days,
that's minor. Carlos is correct. We should by now. We should have a space program by now.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
By now.
Back in the 90s, Nigeria under Abacha was experimenting with liquefied natural gas. Now Qatar is freaking killing the world of liquefied natural gas, supplying the world.
Nigeria's doing that though. Like,
Nigeria was supposed to get into liquefied natural gas and whatnot, LNG. And
the industries they are really doing that. Maybe like the question you should be asking yourself is like, most of those industries, like, or those manufacturing
they
companies,
never fall through with them. You know, they call.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
Zongo. It's called white elephant projects. That means they have a lot of fanfare on the opening of the project and thing. We get our hopes up and everything like that, and then the project. When Nigeria said it was going to do the liquefied natural gas with Italy, to partner with Italy. When I was so freaking excited, I was back in '96, right? I was so freaking excited, man. I was like, "Wow, never happened, man. It never happened, man. Never materialized, man."
Man, are you talking about liquefied natural gas? They have it, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Not on any large scale. They don't have no liquefied natural. They were going to export it. They were going to put it on their own ships. Liquefied gas.
But that's what it means actually. When they say liquefied natural, when they say liquid,
Nigeria should be where Russia is right now.
Yeah, but when they say liquefied, it's a natural gas that's been liquefied and transported. That's the main purpose. That's the main purpose of doing that. You got to liquefy the natural gas and transport it elsewhere.
Compress it in tanks and whatnot, and then it could be stored and it frozen.
You can also sell it to other countries need it, and you sell it to make money.
Yeah, but hold on, that's what hold on. And the liquefied natural gas on those ships right there could sell as far as Europe and everything like that because it's in a frozen state.
And Rukala and Ngozi, Jonathan, Ellis, my brothers, respects. I have to go, man. Take care.
All right, brother. All right, tomorrow night, Friday night.
Man, you gotta stick to your Pan-African shit, man. And stop talking about the economy.
Jughead.
All right,
brother. My brother Jughead, man. I tell you what, man.
You just gotta stick to the social, political discussion and just stay there, stay in that line.
Bottom line is this, you know. It's up to you young Africans, man, to basically start the conversation and everything like that of whatever like that, and stop always focus on trying to outdo Black America. When you guys have countries, we don't. You know, you guys can make stuff happen that we can't. You know, you have countries. You know, so what you should be saying is, how do we take Nigeria, Ghana, and these countries over and make them citadels of hope and prosperity, where the people from the diaspora can come home and build.
Yeah, but Kyle, you say you don't want to bridge peace, though. Like you say
I don't know. Bottom line, not right now. I don't feel peace. But if you guys made a sort of effort to build Africa, I might consider changing my mind. You know?
Are you retired? Are you retired in Liberia though?
What?
Are you gonna retire in Liberia?
No.
Why not?
No, I retire like if I had like
you gonna leave lot. You gonna leave lot, man.
And let me tell you something, right? This is how I retire in Liberia when I'm freaking completely done working, right? All together, right? And I got a lot of money coming in and stuff like that. But I know I cannot stop working. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But if I ever stop working, what could I do in Liberia that I work? It would have to be a situation where Liberia builds a nice industrial commercial zone and everything with good internet and stuff like that. Yeah, I retired there. You know, I can still work part-time if I want to and still do my business and everything overseas from remote. Yes, yeah, I'd go there.
Are we considering volunteering in one of the schools in Liberia? Maybe you can teach them something, you know.
Teach what?
to make them woke of the international.
Well, the bottom line, I got people in the BAO that does that. You know,
no, but you got to go there, man. I
got people. I go there once a year, so I got people that I know on the ground. I support. Look, I give my money to people who are doing.
Yeah, but you're not making really real impact.
And so I don't, like I said, I mean, I wish. Look, if I be honest with you, man, if I did not have the responsibility I run a business, right? And I got people under me. Matter of fact, I got a new guy coming in.
But you used to say, like, back in the days when you were in Virginia, right? You used to go to like the seaports, you never saw like, the the Black Star Line. I'm like, man, you can't go there. Ask those kids why there isn't any Black Star Line. You know, this is a real
What
question.
Black Star Line?
I mean, like the ships coming from like maybe West Africa or something like to Virginia, right?
Well, we talking about go to Liberia.
No, you see, like back in the days when it used to be like in Virginia, like I used to go to the seaports most of the time.
Oh yeah,
Maybe,
so I just watch the ships come in and stuff like that, and
it just never saw like the one coming from the West Coast. Yeah. And I'm saying, why don't you go and ask those kids those questions? You know,
I was fascinated, but I was look. We gotta say something, Jughead. I'm from New York, right? And when
Zango, not Jughead.
I mean Jughead. I mean Zongo. I'm from New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
New York is the Empire State, right? When you're a kid, we go on field trips to the Empire State Building and stuff like that, and you're made to feel like you're on top of the world, right? So everything is like you're just absorbing everything. You want to know how bridges are built. You want to know how things work. You want to know which is longer, the New York State Thruway or the Jersey Turnpike. So you go researching that. You're constantly going to the library. We're going to museums and stuff like that. So you have that innate curiosity about.
No, that's actually smart. Actually,
no, that's how all people in New York are. We're naturally curious about everything, So therefore, when I moved to Virginia, and when I learned about shipping and stuff like that. Watched ships coming in and stuff like that. I studied it when I went to the library and said, well, why is that done this? So my natural curiosity was to see how things work, and also it's like when people say, well, Kyle, you had the idea about Afghanistan or building Africa, that I've done my research and I've been studying this for years and stuff like that. I wouldn't be saying if I didn't actually study it for years and decades. And people are like, oh man, you just come up with your IS. No, I put a lot of work into my research and what I found. And I found that, back in the days, I found that if Africa industrialized and developed and whatnot, that would help Black people, African Americans, and everybody else in the Caribbean pull themselves up globally. Until that happens, Black people and the Black race is always going to be down. As simple as that. And then all of a sudden I sat there and watched Asia do it. Right. Asia had
some industries are industrialized. Like
no. Look.
Across all scales.
First thing you have to do.
Let me make this point first. Like say, like for the first thing, like the oil and gas, right? Across all the stages, I call it all like the stages of like that particular industry. They are industrial, but maybe you can say it's mostly like foreign investors that are heavily invested into those industry, right?
Zongo, let me break it down to you, right? Let me break it down to you, right? Industrialization first starts with the supply of water and electricity. That's the first thing, right? The distribution of water and electricity. You need that for basic and the abundance of electricity.
Yeah, but Kala, you are generalizing. Like, see,
when you
speak like industrialization,
you have to have power.
It is industry, but it is industry specific, right?
Power on the grid, and also industrialization means you have to have a domestic consumption base of what you're producing.
Of course.
If you don't, let me give you a perfect example, right? If the government says, something, we're going to make sure that every kid has a school uniform, right? We're going to pay the money to have a school uniform. Guess what? That's going to spur a boom in what? Manufacturing, manufacturing. The textiles, everything's going to be stimulated. Why? Because there's a demand for it, And so therefore what happens is the government will basically say, okay, well, how do we make that happen? We need to build an industrial park. We need to have electricity. We need to have water. We need to have this, that, thing. That's how industrialization started happening in England too, We have a huge supply. We have to have a supply chain of raw materials, Africa is blessed the fact that it already has raw materials inside the country. Japan had to get its raw materials by selling things like silk and everything like that to get the raw materials.
Yeah, but Kyle, I mean, when you speak to actual industry aspects, they can tell you don't know anything, man. Because you just generalizing everything,
No, look.
You gotta tackle it from industry to industry.
Zongo,
Kind of varies though.
Zongo, let me ask you a question. If it's industrialization, right? Do Africans use cell phones?
Yes, they do.
Okay, let me ask you a question, right?
They make cell phones too, Carla.
What's the
They make cell phones in Nigeria.
In Ghana, they have a cell phone being made. It's called RG.
Hold on. What's the cell phone component, right? Not assembled. What's the thing that some of you they use cobalt, coltan, lithium, and stuff like that, right? Where's the African supply chain of that semi-processed raw material to basically produce that and everything like that in parts, like semiconductors and stuff like that?
Maybe they don't have it. They don't have it. They have to. They might have to
outsource. If you don't have a semiconductor industry and whatnot, how are you going to do high scale?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If it is industry specific, right? You can say, oh, they might be lacking in some area in the manufacturing process.
Hold on. You have to have. Let me give you an example. You have to have like South Korea and Taiwan supply most of the semiconductors in mostly Asia, and so stuff like that. So Taiwan makes like $100 billion a year for semiconductors. Same thing with South Korea.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong in outsourcing some product actually. If it is economically viable,
do we want a highly industrialized society, urbanized society where people live on the grid? That's the first thing. Do you want that?
Mm-hmm. Of course, you want that.
Okay, so if people want to live on the grid, that means you have to build housing, you have to build constant electricity, running water, internet, and stuff like that, and gas pipelines, and gas stoves, and stuff like that. You have to have a fire safety program and stuff like that.
I don't think we need gas pipelines when it comes to Africa, though.
Why not? Why not?
Because the terrain of our
well, that's a problem right there.
Wait. It's mostly a tropical rainforest, right? We don't need natural gas to be heating our homes.
You can have anything. You can have other types of gas. Well, hold on. No, not heating your homes. I'm talking about your stove. If every African, let me ask you a question, Elvis. In Africa, how many houses a stove, electric?
But I'm saying now people are using electric cookers now. You don't need gas again.
Okay, I'll say okay. How many houses have refrigeration?
But do you get my point? You don't need you don't need natural gas.
The people. Do you think every house needs electricity?
Yes, but you don't need natural gas like pipelines going like.
It's
very costly to maintain. Actually,
if you was a president,
because our terrain is different. You live in. Wait, let me tell you. I used to wait. Let me finish. Let
me ask you a question. If you were president of Ghana, would you make it mandatory that every home before it's rented or sold has to have a basic appliance in there?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Yeah, of course.
Why not? Will you do that?
I mean, if the economy is viable, yeah.
No, not the economy. No, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, but it has to be the goal. The end goal is have to have like a better standard of living.
You cannot afford to live in a house with the basic standard. Then the government has to come in and make sure that everybody has a certain standard of living by law.
Yeah, but where is it coming from?
So that's what I'm talking about. And industrialized
most countries is not like USA. USA just takes loan from
industrialized. Hold on, all these countries in Southeast Asia did that because the industrialized economy creates a workforce. A workforce allows them to purchase all those things. You see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And those who can't afford it, right? That 10% that can't afford it, that 4% the government provides for that through taxes from the people who can't afford it. You see what I'm saying? That's how industrialized society works.
Man, Kala, man, you want to tell me like if
you guys don't want to
wait, let me finish. You want to tell me if you go to a country like Ghana or maybe Nigeria, they don't know like about taxing system, like this. They have whole universities about teaching about taxing system.
Hold on, but most Nigerians don't even pay. They're complaining about the fact they're not going to get a subsidy for their.
It's just the collection system, man. The challenge is mostly the collection system. How the system.
What about the eat something that they passed in Ghana and almost had riots and whatnot. A 1% on
E-levy.
You guys ready to burn the country down over 1%?
No. I think most Ghanaians they actually want
Kenya, man.
No, wait.
In Kenya, they wrecked the country and whatnot.
Wait. Nah, Ghanaians are not complaining. Ghanaians were
come on,
Zongo. Can I make my point?
The Ghanaians were ready to riot over that shit.
Can I make my point, Kala?
Good.
Actually, they were outraged not because they didn't want to pay the e-levy. They're like, if the government are going to
It
use
doesn't
their
matter
money.
what they
Wait, let me
think.
finish.
You know,
Let me
you
finish.
pay
Let me
it.
finish. Because I mean, they know like most of the leadership are a reflection of the people. They know like they are corrupt leaders. They want to just expend the money. They're not going to use it in a constructive.
How do you know that?
Because they steal the money. Everybody, I mean, all the time we do
That's
hear of
their
like
money. The government. There's their money to steal, man. You got to pay it. You know, it don't matter.
Yeah, but, I mean that's why most Ghanaians were complaining because they are not using their money to make construction.
But that's not up to the people. That's not up to the people to decide that. Your thing is to pay it, and then you decide later on how you gonna.
Oh
You
no, but the
stop voting
people
for the
have to
same
hold.
people.
Yeah, the people have to hold the government
Stop voting
accountable.
for the same people that steal from you and then complain about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think democracy is just a failed
Democracy
system.
don't work with black people. You know,
Yeah,
it don't work
it's
with
just,
black people in America. And definitely don't work in Africa. You know,
it has to be some kind of like it has to be remodeled a little bit. You know,
it has to be completely overhauled. To tell you the truth, yeah, democracy don't work with. They look at Elvis. You know, talk about Kamala. Man, that's
no, Elvis is a,
what's the boy for while we don't
it's
need
mad.
democracy. Man,
Elvis is mad, dude. I think he can be a good leader in Liberia.
Who Elvis?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, he'll be another
So
Tim Walz.
his only issue I have is he doesn't think beyond like religious barrier, like religious lines. You know, I mean, if someone just think along the different religious line, we just have issues with it. I mean, if he can still be able to work with someone regardless of the religious belief of the person, then I think he stands a chance of being a competent leader.
Well, good luck with that, man, because African politics is so fucking so toxic, man. It's like shit.
Man,
You know?
you don't think American politics is toxic too?
No, not like that. Because the bottom line is, you never go to a place where everybody think they're a politician. Like it's Liberia. Everybody thinks they're the next president.
Carla, you know your leadership window has passed, right? So we don't know if you're ever going to be a leader again.
What are you talking about?
You got your organization stolen by Jabari.
No, and that's not
You're almost 60. I don't know.
Stolen by Jabari. Jabari is a gay guy. He doesn't have women. He doesn't. So the bottom line is,
what does that have to do with anything? He stole your organization, though.
He has no people and whatnot. You know, I have actually people in Liberia. I brought a group to Liberia. I did all this stuff like this. You know, I have a skin in the game. My wife's Liberian. This guy's a gay guy and whatnot in college, whatever the hell he is, talking about Liberia and whatnot. You know. And the bottom him and that they're now trying to push sexuality.
I saw him. I saw a video of the BAIO, the work they're doing in Liberia, and I was like, "Damn, Kala ain't doing this.
They ain't doing no work in no Liberia."
You seen that shit too, Elvis? I was impressed.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like I think it was like a 59-second video. Yeah, they're doing work there, man. Colin, you just out there selling insurance, bro. You're not doing real work.
Look, check this out. If I could basically take the same,
no, come on, man.
I can take you. I can send you videos of the work I'm doing in Liberia, but it's no big deal. You know.
Show that work, Colin.
All the time. So what the hell is the thing? You know, I got people.
Man, Colin, you don't need to prove to anybody.
I don't have to prove nothing because the bottom line, it is what it is. I do what's necessary for me. It's in my heart. People want to follow Jabari. That's the hell you want to follow or not. Go right ahead. You know, I'm not pressing for nobody to.
I want to know about the work Colin doing in Liberia.
You know, Adam is right.
The only thing I really care about in Liberia really is my wife. That's it. You know, that's the only thing I got out of Liberia when that. You know, the bottom line. Even though I send my people over there money and stuff like that, I help out what I can and everything like that. My guys on the ground, they need something and whatnot. You know, investors, whatever like that, trying to buy property, whatever like that. I help out, whatever. But the bottom line is this, man. The only thing I really care about is my wife. That's it. You know?
I mean, the presentation you had, we used to want you like presentation you had at a conference hall in Liberia, man. Like, I mean, everybody
the bottom line with
that
from that thing, that conference right there. Some of the people that came there, like Dr. Fellows and everything that came there, they
was it a BIO?
They brought the Liberian president to Atlanta.
Right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it takes out. We launched the International Focus magazine from Atlanta, and it's opened an office in Monrovia. We were instrumental in that with Cynthia Nash. You know, it's a new magazine. You got all these African American businessmen now because of the BAL under me. You know, saying discovered Liberia. They said we want to move from Ghana to Liberia. You know, that's the work I've been putting in over the years. You know, because Liberia was completely forgotten about until I came along, and I'm not bragging. That's just the truth.
Yeah, I mean, in the
Kyla, that is emphatically not true. That's a blatant lie.
Nobody knew who the fuck Liberia was.
No.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Nobody knew who Liberia was.
Kyla.
Hold on. The reason why Dynas talks about Liberia, well, who? Me. Dynas discovered me when Professor Davis.
Kyla, the only I feel
Kyla, I knew about Liberia before I knew about any of y'all.
Oh yeah, right. Whatever. So
they do teach about it.
I've seen all your great work.
They do teach about it.
Blogs, Jonathan. I've seen all your great videos. I've seen your great books that you wrote and whatnot. Yeah, okay, Jonathan. Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Kyla, I'm not as great as you, Kyla.
Oh, someone want to talk, yeah.
Yeah, Kyla. I'm glad Elvis is here today because I think Elvis do always have like a squabble with my country, South Africa, listening to.
Sometimes is that Lozy?
Yeah, that's
get him, Lozy.
Yeah, so yeah, the previous time is like, Carla, I remember when you were talking about the living standards in most of the SADC countries, like Southern region,
right?
And yeah. So I just like I think maybe he's getting a wrong information.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so let me just explain the condition in South Africa because I think I felt like he was trying to say most people live in places like in slums or shanty towns. It's not true. It's not even close.
Well, I never said that.
If you look at the numbers, it's actually even less than 4 million. And in that 4 million,
referring to Elvis.
Well, yeah. I never said that.
And in that,
I never said that.
No. No, you were not saying that, Carla. I'm saying Elvis was making an argument similar, like something like that.
Right.
And within that 4 million, the issue we have, with South Africa is that we don't have a refugee camp. I think South Africa, it's one of the few countries in Africa without a refugee camp for asylum seekers. And you know that we receive the most economic and asylum seekers on the continent. So these people, sometimes they tend to also go join the shanty towns because sometimes they have just nothing when they start. It increases what the shanty towns and stuff like that. We do have our own local people who live there as well. I'm not removing that totally. But with South Africa is this, since 1994, the government has been building free houses for people. Millions and millions of South Africans actually are living in free houses as well that the government built, and the government keeps building. It's not stopping. The problem is that when the government takes South Africans out of the shanty towns and put them in the free houses, we also have got migrants who will continue. Sometimes they even buy those shanty towns and live there because some of these shanty towns, they are proper. They have got paved roads, they have got electricity, they have got running water. Not all, but some shanty areas have got that as well. So you don't see those dynamics in many African countries. I will say this, Carla. The countries to look at in terms of standards of living in Africa will be Mauritius, obviously, and Seychelles have got the highest. And then you will have South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia, mostly in the SADC region. In the South Sahara, as they call
Angola,
it. These three countries.
Namibia.
No. I'll put Gabon. Gabon, it's there. I think it comes after Namibia.
It's too hot.
Gabon has got good quality.
I can't deal with that heat, man. That's like on the equator, man.
Higher than.
I gotta have. Look, I have.
Yeah, but I think that
I can't live in that heat, man. Jeez.
I think their standards of living. Their standards of living. Their standards of living are higher than Angola because Angola is a big country. But if you look at Luanda is Angola's capital city. The standards of living there are proper. It's like Luanda is a beautiful city, well built. I think it's very underrated. Many people don't know that city. It's a beautiful city. I actually, when I compare, I like to say sometimes Nairobi could be actually Luanda could be on top of Nairobi if you look at how that city is laid down very nicely. They probably a match, but I think Luanda is more impressive for me in terms of just how it's well built, the road infrastructure and stuff like that. So no, I think maybe
Lozy, 1 second. Jonathan, you've been to Rwanda, right?
Yeah, I don't agree with that,
right.
Lozy.
Yeah, exactly. So once you get outside of these cities, and you go
it's worse than Nigeria.
Right.
Yo, he
that's
said
the
Luanda.
facade that most
Luanda.
people. You said Luanda in terms of Angola or
Yeah,
Rwanda?
Luanda, Angola. Yes, the beautiful city right now. You
No,
know.
let him clarify.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Rwanda or Luanda, the
Yeah,
capital?
go ahead.
Huh?
No, Luanda, the capital. Luanda is the capital city of Angola.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about Rwanda. Okay. All right.
I know. No. Else, Rwanda, it's overrated. Rwanda, it's overrated, man. Although I'll say one thing. Rwanda, we have to measure Rwanda from where they come from. The transformation from where they come from ever since that civil war, it's amazing. But they still have a lot of work to do. I think that's where people get it wrong. Rwanda it's not a success story like how people make it, but it becomes a successful story when you measure it from their history, what happened there recently. I think Paul Kagame, even though I have a problem with him personally, I think he has managed to do a wonderful job from where they come from. I don't think there could have been any leader who could have transformed that country quickly like how he has done. And he's good in market as well. We must give him that. He's good with PR and all that. And I think many African leaders should do that. But Rwanda is not really a success story like how it's been said.
What you mean? You mean Rwanda, like the East African country, is not successful? Like,
no, it's not there.
No,
it's not close to a success story.
I mean, it is actually maybe not too much.
No, Zongo, just Kigali. Kigali is nice and clean, but the rest of the cities, the rest of the country is highly undeveloped. That's the problem.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
A lot of Kigali is hella underdeveloped.
But if
but
Kigali,
they are working on it though.
But if Kigali is that clean, then I mean, it's gonna outcompete a lot of West African big cities, though.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, look, it won't. I mean, I'll put Accra. No, the city's just clean. Stop it.
I'm talking in terms of sanitation.
No. Zongo, let me speak. Zongo. The Ivory Coast city, Abidjan, it destroys that city of Rwanda, Kigali, and I think even Accra will be better than Kigali. Probably on match with Abuja, or maybe Abuja is better than Kigali. Let me say this
in terms of
Zongo.
sanitation.
What I like about Rwanda is the fact that you won't see many Rwanda people live in Rwanda. So maybe with that measurement, the standards of living, maybe many people can live with that. Yeah, but it's just a fact. How many Rwanda
they leave
people
Rwanda? They leave Rwanda in droves.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of Rwandans in the US.
They go to Europe.
Do they come to the US? You don't see a lot of
Rwandans. No, they go to Europe. We know certain African countries got their preferences.
They do speak English over there.
Okay, that's a new one to me.
You rarely see but you do see quite a number of like South Africans here. Even here, I've met a lot of like South Africans.
I've never met a South African. A black South
why are you lying?
I've never met a black
South African.
I met this one girl.
Oh man,
just want to lie.
You know who's
there's a lot of them.
You know who's Zongo met?
Where they at?
No, man, I swear to God, man.
You met a Zimbabwean. Zongo, you met a Zimbabwean who told you that they are South African.
I didn't choose South African girls.
No, you met a Zimbabwean girl.
In Seattle, there's quite a number of them, including the white South Africans. Actually, took pictures with them, on my Instagram.
You don't find.
You see, Kala, see, Anthony.
You mean scammers on Instagram? They telling that they from South Africa.
You know that we have the largest black middle class. You know that we have the largest black middle class in Africa. Kala, he's saying black South Africans can't afford to travel.
So y'all got money. Y'all got it.
These stereotypes, man. These stereotypes.
But Lozy, what I said, I wasn't trying to shout out South Africans. I'm just saying I've genuinely met South Africans here. Like they say they're South Africans.
No, you met a Zimbabwean who told you they are South Africans. They do that all the time. The Zimbabweans say they are South Africans when they're outside. They're out there in the UK.
No, that's a lie, man. I've been to I've been to an African.
I'm telling you,
wait, listen to me. Listen, man, let me finish, man. I've been to a couple of parties that I've
Is
seen.
he saying that South Africa is just so nice that people don't want to come to the U.S.? Is that his point?
Yes.
No, that's a lie, man. That's a freaking lie, man.
No,
That's South Africans, man.
I went to school with South
Black South
Africans
Africans,
here in Minnesota.
Exactly,
Yeah,
man. What
Black
are
South
you
Africans,
talking about?
they're there, but not a lot. Guys, don't lie. They are there, but not a lot. My people are not a lot all over the world. It's just a fact. Black South Africans, not like that. We do travel, but we don't migrate like that.
What do you mean, man? Do you know the number of South Africans in the U.S.? Just Google it, man.
Relative, it's relative, right? Relative to other Africans, they're not
Lord,
traveling
Lord,
outside
come
of
on.
their country. But
But why
South
was he
Africans
denying?
leave their country for a better life. I mean,
Yeah,
what
but
are you trying to say?
why is he denying what I said? I actually encountered South Africans over here.
No,
Like,
else, of course, else. There are 58 million to 50 million of us Black South Africans. Do you think all of us are in the country? Of course not. But we have to be logical here. You won't just bump into a Black South African just like that. That's what many of us. That's what it is.
It checks out. This is Amnam says the same thing about us. He says the reason why South Africa travel.
But you'll find Africans outside of their country, especially if they've had
Why
war,
is the hate?
like Liberia, Sierra Leone, countries that have war and had to have refugees and resettle. You'll see a lot of them outside of their country. So that's why. Yeah.
man,
Kala, it's that jealous thing. Kala, do you know the salaries in South Africa? Do you know how much? Kala, listen to this. Kala, listen to this.
Man,
do you know the salaries in South Africa?
Why do we have to resort to war?
Wait, Zongo. Yes. Do you know how much a doctor is paid compared to the country of Anthem? How much if you compare a doctor in his country and a doctor in South Africa, it's crazy, bro. Like, you have to do this research, Kala, for me. Check how much a doctor
a month.
Check how much a doctor is paid in South Africa and check how much a doctor is paid in his country, and come back and tell me if we can't afford to travel. I mean, these people, they are migrating. We don't migrate in numbers, but we do travel. We travel more than your people at them. We just don't migrate like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, when I was here in Seattle, man, I met three white South Africans, and even Black South Africans too.
I met one mixed race girl in the club a couple of years ago. She was
bad
shit. One of coloreds, what do they call them, coloreds? She was mixed race.
Well, the strange thing that happened
came over here, and suddenly she's black and whatnot. She said, I'm black.
But kind of, man, the strange thing that happened was, I was out with my NBA dude, and he asked those white South Africans that I didn't leave it on trees.
That's ignorant.
I don't believe that.
Hold on.
That sounds so made up.
Yo, check this out, Zongo, man.
Man,
I seen that. Yo, look, in Virginia Beach, Zongo. That's it. In Virginia Beach, I seen an African dude with a dime piece, man. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? I was like, stop the music. Stop the music. Hold up here. I'm about to say, yo, man, I need to know what's going on, man. What's going on? How the hell this happened?
Carla, you think you got a dime piece yourself?
Yeah, I do. I've always had dime pieces. But the bottom line, yo, this guy had a dime piece in Virginia Beach. I was like, that just blew. I was like in shock, almost like passed out, almost fainted, man. I was like, God damn, man, what the fuck is the world coming to, man?
he must be from Adnam's country, though, for real, for sure. For shizzle,
he was telling us something, man. That dude must have said I'm Aliko Dangote's nephew or something.
Well, wait, Kyle, man, you mean to tell me you don't have like a dime piece too on YouTube? Like, you don't sew something and put it on?
A what?
The dime piece, like you don't have it, like you don't have something like in your closet or something?
Man, nah, man. I'm done with chasing women. I don't chase women no more, man.
Oh, okay.
Those are my I was in my 30s, man. I haven't chased women since I'm 43. It's like 13 years. I haven't messed with around when I chase women like
Carlo White feels sorry for him and married him, so he's content now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm content. So what? I can be. So what? So I can be. I'm content right now. I don't have to like that. But I'm still looking around like younger guys and whatnot. You guys. I'll tell you, you gotta look for dime pieces, man. That's what life is all about, man. You know, like life is all about, man. I love my brother Dollar Bill, man, but he said, man, he get with a big girl. I don't know what the hell was that. Oh yeah, hey, big girl never did nothing to me.
Carla, leave the big girls alone, man.
I ain't say nothing, man.
You was destined to end up with a big girl. You just got lucky. You lost some of that weight.
I agree.
That was your destiny, Carla. You just got lucky and lost some weight.
Ant-Man said, I just showed you the video of my.
Yeah, we saw that picture. She was watching the car.
I never had a dime piece. Dude, Ant-Man, just shut up.
Carla, that girl was not a dime piece.
Yes, she was a dime piece. So they'll say, shut the heck up, man.
Hey, Jonathan, dime piece is relative. One man's 5 is another man's 10. Gotta realize that.
They applied nothing. She was a dime piece.
Somebody's
jealous.
Somebody,
she was a dime piece.
She was a model.
She was a dime piece.
Somebody's used baby mama.
Out of all the $2 hoes in the world, she was a dime piece.
You guys all talking all this shit, man. You guys can put a picture of a dime piece, man. Yeah, I saw on Instagram too, man. Hey, you don't know her. Okay. You know, if you can't get a dime,
and Carla, there was no proof that you was her boyfriend. Maybe you were just a side nigga that was paying her bills.
I was her boyfriend. Okay, I only have her on my YouTube channel. Yeah,
but you still got her on your YouTube and you got a wife, and you still reminiscing over your ex. Come on, dog.
That's embarrassing, Carla.
Carla, you gotta let it go, bro. That was like 20 years ago, bro.
That was 15 years ago. So who the hell cares? That was for 15 years ago.
You still thinking about her, Carla?
No, I'm not still thinking about her, man.
You're talking about her right now.
No,
there was probably like a 10-year age gap, right, Carla?
That video.
No, but she's a baddie though.
There was like a 10-year age gap, and Carla was her sugar daddy.
I'm ashamed of you.
No, that video got almost 1 million views, man.
No,
was you a sugar daddy, Carla?
That woman looked like she had a cleft lip. Stop, Carla.
She was a baddie.
You guys are just jealous. Because you can't get the dime pieces, man. You guys in your 30s, man. Y'all still angry.
Man, Jonathan's not getting no girls, so he went to Nigeria.
Come on, man.
No, I ain't getting no girls, Uncle.
Man. I'm disappointed, y'all, man. But you just don't worry about Zongo, man. There's plenty of big girls for you, man. You know.
Oh man, hell no, man.
Yeah, Zongo, you gonna be all right.
But Carla, you admitted on the platform that you were mad because you had to pay so many light bills. So was you one of the girls you were paying her light bills?
Hey man, but I was with him, wasn't I? So what?
He was
what
simp,
the hell?
He was a simp, simping for that piece.
Well, at least they gave me the time of day, man. What the heck's about you, Zongo?
Man, you a
day.
You can sit by a big girl.
When she left your ass, do you get to have her, or you just wasted your money, man?
Lizzo's twin sister, man. So how about that?
Man, nah, Carla, man, stop it, man.
But Jonathan, what do you think about that? Carla was simping over these girls, man, paying their light bills, their kids' tuition and shit. What do you think about that?
You pay kids' tuitions?
No, I ain't paying no kids tuition.
I was about to say, my man. No wonder why you're not a millionaire right now. You gave it all away.
Man, you pay another man's kids tuition fees.
You're doing too much, Carla.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's beyond simping. That's like PhD in simping, man. Like, stop it, man.
Oh, please.
Man, I mean, how did you save yourself from simping? Like, what happened?
I wasn't simping, man. I was smashing.
Carla got saved, man. He got saved by a Liberian wife. He's simping right now,
bro. So you guys say you guys have never been with a dime piece like that.
No, Carla, if a girl let you smash, she's not gonna take
Zongo, you ain't getting nowhere near no dime piece.
But Carla, if a girl is feeling
money, Zongo, it's gonna be in your pocket, man. Because you ain't
Carla, man. I've dated all kind of girls, man.
All right,
you're not on my level, man. You're not on my level, man. Carla.
Oh, I'm not on your level. Okay,
not at all. Not at all.
That is funny, man. That is funny. You guys hilarious, man. I love it, man. Keep calling in, man. You guys make me laugh, man. I got something to laugh about tomorrow. Wait, fellas.
Wait.
It ain't late, Carla. What are you talking about?
Carla, you admitted that one of your girls that you asked to marry you, she laughed at you, bro.
Yeah, so what? So what?
That means
Yeah,
you
man,
wasn't getting girls like that, dog.
So
They
what?
didn't want to stay with you for the long term, man. That's not a good look.
Whatever.
No, Bacala used to be a bouncer.
No.
A lot of the bouncers at the club, they be getting girls liking them for sure, though. He be getting.
Yeah,
You think Carla was a bouncer?
Yeah, I was a bouncer, man.
He was a bouncer. Kala was a jump. Kala was a jump off for most of these girls, bro. Kala was a jump off.
Away from the club. See, like, you know what? I'm bouncing out there.
Man,
Kala was a jump off, bro. Kala was a jump off.
Man, if you were my bouncer, man, I would kick your ass, man, and get him for free, man. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, like, whatever, Zongo. I'll take you down, choke you the fuck out, man. You be like, well, stay once, run in their damn mouth or whatnot. The next thing you know, you on the ground getting choked.
I'm like, get the fuck out of my way, Carla, man. I'm getting him for free, man.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, yeah, you get past me. Okay, yeah.
Bro, I would have bribed Carla with a baconator. He would have let me in the club, bro.
I was at the front. I was at the front because everybody, owners knew everybody hated my guts because nobody I was an asshole. I let nobody in for free, even some of the chicks and whatnot. I'd be like, yo, get the hell out of here. You ain't getting free.
Hey, Carla, I'll tell you though.
Carla, did you have life alert when you was a bouncer?
You know who I told you?
Carla, would you have let me in if I brought you a baconator? Would you have let me in the club?
You know who? Marcus Vick, Michael Vick's brother. I choked him out.
Carla, are you sure you're a bouncer or you're kind of like those guys, like bartender guys in the club, though? Like,
no. Bottom line, you get out of line, man. You get back, man. It's simple, you know. I want
man, ain't no problem if you're a bartender in the club, man.
Carla came out with the loudest motherfucking whistle he ever had in his life.
Club, man. But Carla, man, after seeing
anyway,
nah, man, Carla, no. Stop, wait. Man, after seeing that
Carla,
video,
why you wasn't in the show when everyone getting along?
Hey, man, after seeing that video,
we're off topic. Hold on, Lozy broke some good conversation here. Now you guys divulging into stupid shit. Lozy the only one to say anything intelligent. Man. You gotta bring your IQ down, man. I know you guys are dumb. Man, it's
cool. All right, man. Hey, we got show some respect to our elders, man. Show some respect to the elders.
Yeah, Carla, I would have put you 2 baconators, though, just to let me in the club, man. You would have taken that shit too.
I don't want to talk about my damn club years. Let's talk about.
Would have gave him the Biggie deal from Wendy's.
I was talking about freaking Kamala and Biden and everything like that. How are you talking about my club years?
Do you see like Kala at when he was on tour in Liberia, man? I'm like, there is this Kala, man. Oh, bitch's ass, man. I'm just slapping, man.
Kala, you find this conversation fascinating.
I know,
look, I've done this.
You know,
I don't find this fascinating because it's
never
normal.
make threats or anything like that online because I am the person in real life or not, you know. I don't go make a threat.
Yeah, I feel like do like to talk about girls don't get them because it should be normal. I mean, there's nothing fascinating about it.
Nobody's speaking about guns. We're talking about physical fight, man. Nobody guys. We don't want to kill.
I don't know, man. I just feel like it's too obvious, man. It's a too obvious conversation.
Hold on.
This is not about guns, man. It's about fight,
man. The day if you ever met me, right, and said, Kala, I wouldn't take it personally, right?
How tall are you, though?
I want to fight you, Kala. I want to fight you. I'll be more than happy to apply.
I swear to God, Kala, I'll beat your ass, man. I saw you Liberian.
Well, Zongo, but how would you know that unless you do it?
Man, Kala, man,
No.
He got you there, Zongo.
I don't want to hear that. What you guys do is say,
I'm putting something. I saw you in Liberia, man. You can barely walk in Liberia for the
name and stuff in the back chat and stuff like that. Where I can find you, whatever like that. And I'll come to you. Really, I will.
Kala about to pull up to Seattle like.
Hey, Kala, he's all jokes, man. He's all jokes.
No, will you do that, Zongo?
Yeah, it's all jokes, man.
No joke, nothing, man. You made a threat, man.
Man, ain't no threat, man. This is internet.
My ass, man. I don't.
Hey, Kala, man. You know how, man.
Kala, why do these guys know how to get you? These guys know how to get you mad, man. You should calm down sometimes, man. Kala,
it's a joke.
I'm just saying, like you say, I wouldn't have a hold it against him, man. If somebody's brave enough to freaking fight me, he get my respect, man. You know.
Bro, Kala is like Collar is like Baby D from next Friday, bro. You just gotta. He will chase you around with it for a baconator. He get tired, and you'll win by default.
I don't get tired. No, I don't get tired, bro. I can fight.
You ain't got no stamina, Collar. Come on, man.
I got stamina. Believe me, I got stamina.
Nah. 2 years ago, Collar, you was breathing like a hog on these platforms, bro.
I'm not breathing like that no more, man.
Yeah, because you lost some of that weight, but that don't mean you built stamina.
I'm like a body of steel. I can fight. I can box.
I'm like a body of steel, Collar. You still got a little flooper over there, bro. Stop it. You got a flooper, Collar.
You never know until you try it, you know? And the bottom line, I used to challenge people. Used to challenge me all the time and whatnot. You know, hey, look, you want to do this? So go
hey, God, if I get caught, like
that's what you do.
But real talk, Collar, I won't let Zongo beat you up, man. I'll fight for you, Collar.
After a fight, man, I'll be like, hey, look,
I'll give Zongo 2 Liberian blows, and he'll be in a coma, man.
Are you gonna eat him afterwards, Elvis?
Yeah. Shut up, Jonathan. Only when it's war time. Only when we're fighting war. Then I have to eat his heart.
Is this a family fight, man?
Right, I'll see you guys.
Collar, man, don't do that, man. Why you wanna? Come on, why you wanna?
I gotta go to bed, man. I'm tired, man. You know,
man,
you ain't gotta go nowhere tomorrow, Collar.
Stay on. You got to stay. I'm just ending the live stream. So
Collar, you gotta call one of your down peas and tell them you got your own insurance company now, man. She'll love that shit.
The audience in the chat make this dream lit.
I set up agents. I got branch offices in several areas in Richmond, stuff like that. You know, so I'm blowing up. You know, you got
Collar, you're jinxing your success, bro. All this shit might burn down just because you're so braggadocious about it.
Well, you can say that 10 years ago, but now I'm on my way, so I can say whatever I want now. You know, I already made.
Collar, you're almost at retirement age, bro. You're just getting going, and you're almost about the time for
what?
retire.
Hey, better late than never, man. Right? Better late than
never. I guess so, but stop bragging about it, man. It's unseemly for a man of your age.
Bottom line is. Anyway, it's been nice, man.
Collar, let me ask you
another interesting topic.
Collar, you know, honesty, I think your